Brews and Banter.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Rowan.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
Welcome to the studio. You guys fucking, all of you drove from New York City?
There's so many of us, and we all drove our own cars.
Yeah.
I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Lance Weiss and Blake Connolly. Yes. And Tess Frigolette.
All right. Dan, Lance, Blake.
Blake.
All right.
It's like our
Who
first.
cares?
This is our first triplets.
Yeah, we made it work.
They thought it was just me on the podcast, and I brought like 30 people with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
Tess. And Tess.
Yeah, and that's right. And Tess.
Hey,
I
Tess.
just ran her foot over with their chair, though, so she's mad at me.
She's okay.
We'll blame it on Blake.
Yeah. Why? Because he's tallest?
Yeah, he's wearing that hat. That's why.
Yeah,
Is
he's young. He's like he's our roadie on this. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. No.
Well, it's roadie or groupie. You get to pick.
100%. Yeah.
What's the difference? I thought a roadie was a groupie.
Same.
Yeah.
Right. Just different spelling.
I'm surprised. I know nothing about this podcast. But I'm surprised with all. It's about beer and brews, and you guys drink the exact same beer.
No, we got all
are,
kinds
yeah.
of fucking
I would
beer.
think overall, is that your brand?
No.
That's what I'm saying. With all the beers and all the brews, like I'm surprised you guys ended up on the same one.
Well, this is what you guys are here for. You're going to help us find someone to make us a brew.
Are you guys sponsored by all the different
We're
companies?
sponsored by some people, not these beer companies.
Yeah, like they'll give us beers, or we have a Sixtel over there, Kegerator. So if they sponsor, we put their beer name right there, and
Okay.
We could have the Dan
This is
Frigolette.
your beer here. Yeah.
We could have the Dan Frigolette sponsored
Oh, so
Brews
we're-
Banter Studio.
This week we're sponsored by this beer.
No.
No, he's saying no.
no.
Would you ask the questions for?
We just give shout outs.
Yeah.
You know, we try different beers. We give them shout outs.
So what do we got? We got a Weiss, so we could have a Weiss. What's the W beer? Weimar.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen, yeah.
Half of Weissen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What, Blake, what's
Is there
your name?
an F beer? That's a Connolly.
What's your last name?
My last name's Connolly, so
Okay.
that's the Irish.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I went for the Irish.
Could just be an O'Connolly.
I think that's
Yeah.
how that works.
O'Connolly brew. So what a Frigolette? Is there an F?
Yeah.
You're triple Fs, right? You're Francis Friggin Frichter or whatever it is?
Not me.
Oh, that's me, buddy.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
What the hell am I
Does he
texting?
look like a fucking France and
I
me?
thought I was texting you.
Oh, you're texting me.
Oh, yeah. What is your name?
a Roman.
Yeah, okay. That's okay. Hilarious.
Holy fuck.
If there's a beer for Roman,
Yeah, there's a
every
beer
beer's for
called Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a beer that was Roman, right?
Really?
Yeah, the Roman candle.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, we're sucking
Guys,
on it.
tell everybody what you're doing. So they
We're comedians. We're in town for a show.
That's it? Good
That's
enough.
the whole thing. Yeah.
All right.
Go come see me at Mohegan Manor September 12th.
All I'm looking at is a lot of thighs over here. These guys both got short shorts on, and I'm just looking at a lot of thigh, dude.
You like it?
Look at
hey.
Dan just hiked his up even more. Yeah,
but
he's
it's
got
not
booty
camera, so
shorts.
I'm good. Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
He's got booty shorts on.
Yeah. 100%. They call them Hoochie Daddy shorts,
Right.
guys. Catch up.
Is that from your sponsor now?
Hoochie. Yeah. Those
shorts?
Yeah. Well, shout out Flower Skate Shop. Now that you mentioned
I
it.
didn't even realize how high Dan's were.
Disgusting. Just take them off.
What do
I
you mean?
guess.
Yours are the same.
Yeah, but I'm young, so it's still cute.
He's talking about his dick.
Doesn't
It's
make
still
any
cute.
sense. That's the Wait, so what are you guys 70s or 80s babies?
I'm 80.
I'm 70s.
70s. You're 1980 or 80s? 80s.
83.
83. Oh, we're the same. Okay, dope. Lance is an 83.
Same.
Oh.
What do Blake like a 2020?
Yeah, we don't want to know.
2002.
No, yeah.
Big boys coming in the new millennium.
I couldn't tell.
Did you ID him? Is he even old enough to drink?
Yeah.
Tess said it was okay.
Oh.
Yeah. After the
no.
fucking yelp from when you scalped her. Fucking
When does the
foot.
podcast start?
We
This is it.
started, now.
Actually, we started last night and we drank that whole fucking bottle of Glenfiddich over there.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's over here next to our celebrity baby.
What's Waldron? What's that?
That's a local distillery. That's bourbon.
Oh, no shit. Oh, I should have. Yeah. Which one? I love hot moms and cold beer. That'll fit you.
USA. USA.
So, guys, tell about each other a little bit.
Oh,
and then
that's fun. So me and Lance started comedy like at the same time in the same place. Lance,
I try not to tell too many people that. Dan will brag about that. I try and hide the fact.
so I'll give you Lance's bio. So Lance is a former
You guys should do
skater and
each other's
surfer.
bio.
We're doing it right now. So Lance is a former skater and surfer, and he's from. I used to think he was from Atlanta, but I found out recently he's from Brunswick, Georgia, which is like the strangest little place that's got its own airport, and it's where Gulfstream's from, and it's like this inlet thing that you've seen from like a lot of pictures. It's like where Savannah and Florida and Georgia all kind of culminate. That's where Lance is from. That's his bio.
Okay.
See, I was a former surfer skater.
Yeah. Oh, you still killing
I
it?
went surfing last week. A week ago today, I went surfing.
You went surfing where?
Long Beach, Long Island.
Okay. All right.
So you,
That was a terrible bio. Dude.
All right. Do mine. Okay, Blake, do mine
You
then.
just showed the geography of Georgia. That's
Yeah.
all you did.
Blake, do
You
my.
just went old man and told us the highways and the exits. And that's
Where's your
bio?
fucking laser pointer?
Dan's bio?
Yeah.
Dan. Yeah. What is there to say about Dan? You know what I mean? He's a comedian, and yeah.
Oh, so that fucking trumps your bio, right? What the fuck happened here?
And then Lance, do the bio of Blake there.
Hey, are there any single ladies here, or is this just a waste of my time? What are we doing on this
We got a
podcast?
test. We got a test here.
Oh, all right. Tess is here. Blake, I met, probably about a year ago at this point. 9 months, a year ago, in the Charlotte, North Carolina comedy scene. And he's one of the greats there. And now we got him here. And he's been doing comedy for a little while, and he's going to continue to do it.
He's a legend in the year's time he's been doing it.
Yeah, a legend in the amount of time. Yeah.
so he opens for you guys?
Well, he's going to this time. Yeah. He's going to this trip. Well, so I hired Blake to come open, and then I realized that it was too many shows in too many days, in too little days. So we have 2 shows at the same time on this trip, in 45 minutes apart. So I needed to call in the big guns. I needed to call in Lance and Blake. To
So how long have each one of you been doing stand-up
so
comedy?
20 years? Me and Lance 20 years.
really?
Started stand-up in 05.
Wow.
I got on
Blake
stage
was
first
3.
time in 04.
He wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I got on stage the first time in 04 in Hotel Syracuse.
Really?
Yeah.
Viva Debris.
So you from New York City?
No, right here. From Syracuse. I'm from Baldwinsville.
You from?
Oh, I didn't know
Boston?
that.
From right here, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to high school right there.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
No, yeah. But Bevo Diner. This was a thing called Phase Drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my thing.
Oh, I didn't know you were from here. I know.
yeah.
I mean, I know.
This
You,
I know Dennis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what year did you graduate from Bevo then?
01.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys know Sean?
Sean who?
No, I don't know. Just from the high school.
Mike?
Mike Hunt.
You got to lead with Mike.
Mike Hunt. Johnny Liquorbush.
So,
Johnny Liquorbush.
Lance, where do you do stand-up comedy now?
Now, pretty much at venues mainly under 15 people. Small capacity venues is where I'm at.
Yeah. New York City?
New York City. Yeah, a lot of those. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of those.
Lance lives in Astoria.
I live in Astoria, Queens. I did 2 shows last night.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first show had 5 people, a family from Alaska with a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old. And then the second one I did was, where was the second one? Actually, the second one had about 13 people. So it was big. Things are happening here. 20 years
Things
in.
are looking up.
It's good.
Blake just did an open mic in Syracuse.
I did.
He tried to sneak an open mic in on the way before this.
Where was that?
I did a quick 5 minutes at an open mic. It was at Emerald Cocktail Kitchen. You guys ever heard of it?
No.
Oh, okay. It was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
More than 5 people.
There was, yeah. There was. I would say there was at least 35.
Oh wow. Okay.
35.
How long you been doing this, Blake?
I'm coming up on 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so a real legend in the making. You know,
You got to start somewhere.
We're
so-
part of it.
bit of a vet, you could say, at this point. I mean, it's pretty much my whole life, honestly.
Oh yes, this is how crazy Blake is. Blake had like 4 months to not do anything between high school and his new job, college and his new job, and so he moved to Austin to figure if he could make it in 4 months, and he got very close. But he was just grinding every day in Austin. Every time I call him, he's like, "I got 5 mics I got to get up on," and then me and Lance were just driving.
Why
from
Austin?
Florida back.
Why Austin?
Austin, well, I had a buddy that moved out there, so it kind of just fell into my lap, and he was like, "Come live out there with me," and it was like super cheap rent.
Yeah.
So we split the place, and then I had like free time, so I was just like, "Why not?"
I've heard quite a bit of comedians. Have
Oh
gone
yeah,
to
Austin's like one of the spots now. If you can get up at the mothership, it's like.
Do you think
deal.
Joe Rogan kind of like steered everybody?
No, we know for sure. Yeah, that's his spot. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, do you think he kind of steered like a lot of comedians to like
100%.
go there? Because he started Mothership. I think what's his name? Louis C.K. kind of helped him with the whole design and layout.
Yeah, this guy knows what
Yeah.
he's talking about. He did. Louis did help him with the. That's what I heard.
Right?
He helped him
Yeah.
design the little room there. Yeah.
So I feel like when I listen to stand up comedians on either his show or other podcasts,
Or Brews and Beers.
or Brews and Banter.
Right there, man.
I was trying to find it midway through my sentence.
Here, it's like fucking everywhere.
Oh, you're fucking looking at it like it's on our tits.
Lance has to be an iconoclast the entire podcast. I mean,
The fuck's in that water?
have fun. Yeah, exactly. He's the Bob Dylan of podcasting.
First off, nobody knows what iconoclast means, myself included. 2, I wasn't ready for this. I drove 5 hours here. Dan texts me. He calls me. He goes, "Hey, a guy named Trent's coming out to the parking lot." I go, "Who?" And then
Frank.
I literally drive 5. I'm like, "Can I collect myself for 2 seconds?" I just drove 5 hours. I had a huge water spot on the middle of my shirt. I got to meet this guy. His actual name is Frank. So it's like I'm riled up.
Yeah,
That's all I got for that story.
Well, we offered you beer to calm you down a little.
Yeah. It's been like 20 minutes. He's still telling the same story
Or
from
whiskey.
An hour
You got
ago.
some whiskey there.
No, dude, another thing about this. I'm going off. Here it comes. Another thing about this, Dan, he goes, you could drink and then just sleep right there. Apparently, we got to drive. Apparently, now we got to drive.
We're
This whole
less
week,
than a
this is the
mile
beginning
from
of
our
4
home.
days, and it's already, this is exactly how I knew it was going to happen. He's like,
2 days.
He's like, yeah, you could probably just sleep right there. Apparently, we got to drive to the next place.
Yeah, it's a bait and switch.
It tracks. I mean, we didn't know that.
Yeah,
Blake's coming.
I came in strong on my entourage.
First of
baby.
all,
We got Hollywood, baby.
We got extra person, a dog.
Well, first of all, I'm driving all the way from North Carolina.
that's Blake's fault.
I have the longest drive. I didn't have the address of this place until 2 hours ago. I had a 10-hour drive, and Dan finally sent me the address 2 hours ago.
100% Blake.
I just
He
did
wasn't
that.
supposed to be on the podcast. He said he was doing something else tonight.
I just did that drive on Monday.
Yeah. From North Carolina. Why?
Drove from
Pinehurst.
Pinehurst.
What's Pinehurst?
Did you go to the U.S. Open?
Um,
Do it there this year.
my nephew was in the red, white, and blue tournament.
Is this golf?
Yeah.
Golf.
Oh, nice.
What is that, some kind of rally?
Yeah.
Wait, we don't have anything to say. We're not. We're not.
mean?
We're our lives are nothing. Well, tell us about the podcast. What's the goal? You guys, Brews and Banter. What's the goal you guys want?
We have beer.
Yeah.
We both enjoy craft beer, so we kind of got into this field when we started the podcast. We enjoy craft beer, so we're like, let's mix beer with banter.
Yeah.
We meet a lot of cool people, interesting guests like yourselves, and we just
Hey, you got to meet more people, dude.
We've met more people than show up at your shows.
so we just enjoy beer and talk to you guys, and actually hopefully soon we'll be in the bigger space and be able to accommodate more people.
Yeah.
But it has created a lot of connections, has created a lot of relationships.
Yeah, I met you guys because you guys were doing.
Oh, yeah, we hosted
your birthday.
Hops on the Seneca, yeah.
Hops on the Seneca. We did the event.
great.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was our first time. So we're thinking we're going to do this every year.
Nice.
Sometimes maybe we'll switch it up a little bit. We have a lot of craft breweries in the Seneca region, so we might do like where people meet up and we follow. We just go.
Yeah, you're familiar with it. You know, the wineries and all these things.
Yeah, so I don't really know what's been happening. I mean, I was just on what was the street? Milton Street. Where were we just on 5 minutes ago? Walton Street.
I've never been here. I have no idea. I've never.
Everything's changed in a way that I didn't understand. I was like giving Blake the tour. I was like, this is the former most polluted lake in the world.
Yeah, Dan was
on the right.
We were 15 minutes away. Dan's driving behind me, calls me, and he just goes, "Hey, that's where I went to middle school. Hey, that's where I went to high school." And I was like, "What is happening?"
He's excited.
This is
gave
the
the
worst
tour.
tour
His
guide.
friends are in town where he grew up.
So what year did you graduate? You graduated Baldwinsville.
91.
Was there a Ray at the time? Did you go to Ray?
I went to Ray.
Okay, nice.
I started off at
I
Palmer.
didn't graduate here.
Palmer was where I went as well.
Yeah, I grew up in Kimbrook.
Oh, very good. Okay, cool. And then
No, I'm not
where'd you
from
grow
here.
up?
I moved here from Boston
You moved here on purpose from Boston
on purpose.
to Baldwinsville.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck.
From
That's an
Boston
upgrade.
Can I
to
say fuck? Is that all right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just realized now.
In fact, you should.
Just realized, yeah.
You can, please
right.
do. So, you didn't stand up in New York City?
Yeah, I live in Hoboken. I've been doing comedy in New York for 20 years.
Lance, New York City. Have you done in New York
Same,
City?
yeah.
I I did an open mic once.
in New York City.
I have done one open mic that I that I paid $10 to get into.
You had to pay at your own show?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And there were 3 other comics there. They did not like it. So yeah, that's my experience.
They didn't like what?
I mean, New York
comedy.
Well,
Your material?
well, comics don't like each other. That's the thing.
Really?
We're not
Except
fans.
you guys.
We're not.
This is all fucking fake.
No, we don't. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we don't really watch each other. We don't support each other. We just need each other to fill.
Do you
time.
talk shit about each other like one after another? You get off the stage, he's like, "Yeah, that fucking guy," and then
No.
Yes.
That doesn't.
Yes.
No, that
That's-
doesn't help.
That's actually how because I'm probably hosting these
Yeah.
shows. So that's how I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to be like this
okay.
fucking guy, Lance.
Yeah.
Wait till you see his shorts.
I'll tell you what, I'm not hosting.
you hosing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect the podcast. I just didn't know much about this till not that long. Dan's like, I got these 2 guys a podcast. Same thing.
I
Address.
don't know anything about it either. I know it's called Brews and Banter.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate you guys
we're
having us.
doing
Not
both
trying
the
to,
things. I'm drinking a beer and we're
I
bantering.
like it. It's a very
happening.
nice studio.
It's happening.
It's cozy.
It is. It's
small.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think it's small at all, actually. That's just because you guys don't live in the city.
I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
This is
and
like the size of your
dehydrated.
apartment.
It's like a 2-bedroom apartment in New York.
Luxury apartment in New York.
Yeah, Lance. Yeah, Lance was living with his best friend, and they had. Well, you guys had this in Astoria, right?
Probably got a bigger fridge.
At one point, I had a setup that, let's not talk about it.
No, it's great. It's a great story.
It's not yeah.
Oh,
I don't have a best friend.
all right. Okay. All right.
So New York,
I don't know what happened.
New York City, New York City comedy, stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
It's wild.
It's where it is. Yeah, it's where it's happening.
No, it's Charlotte. Charlotte's where the comedy is. That's where true comedy.
No, but I want to hear. We'll talk about Charlotte.
Don't talk to. He's like Blake's cutoff for now.
Yeah.
No, I mean we all. So what happened? So I grew up in this area. There was one comedy club. It was called Viva Debris. At various times when I was alive, there was a place called Wise Guys, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out, that place closed. Another one opened. So when I was, 19, 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, I was like, all right, the only place where I can do comedy is a place called Viva Debris. It was in the basement of the Hotel Syracuse, run by a guy named Joe DeLion. And then, so I did that room. That room closed down because of the smoking ban and the Hotel Syracuse going broke. Like, they just showed up at this guy's door on like a Wednesday, and they're like, "This is your last weekend.
yeah.
I know you pay rent here, but we haven't paid our power bill in 22 years, and they're coming. They've asked us to pay it, and we can't pay it. So my options as a Syracuse comedian was to move to New York City to do comedy, and it was terrifying and fantastic at the same time. I don't know what Lance's story is,
like,
but now it's a different vibe because Blake can do comedy every night in Charlotte. That wasn't a thing when I was 20 years old. If you were from a place like Syracuse or Charlotte, you maybe had 3 shows a week. But there's there's 14 shows probably a week in Charlotte.
What year did you start in New York City?
So I moved there in 2005. I graduated and I went straight to New York.
And Lance, when did you start in New
Well, the
York
question for
City?
Dan is, what is the year you think you're going to wrap it up? This is the question we really want to know. I started in 05 in D.C.
DC.
Washington, D.C.
And how long you been in New York City?
19 of the 20 years.
So you guys, the reason I'm asking you two, and I'm not dismissing you, Blake.
I am.
See what happens when you're the youngest?
Yeah, this always happens. This is the same as at work and everything. I'm always the 20-year-old guy that nobody wants to listen to, all right?
Hey, you pay your dues, 20 years, one day you too could be right here at this table. In the middle. You could be sitting in this exact spot with an equally terrible career 20 years ago.
I just want my own microphone. What do I have to do?
You gotta start. So yeah, these guys can wheel on stage when you're the headliner.
Hey, this guy's 20 years in. He's still sharing it with a 2-year-old, all right?
The microphone too.
The reason I asked you two guys because how long you've been in New York City, and I would assume it's kind of a wild west over there for comedians. I mean, there's so many clubs. There's so much stand-up comedy.
Yeah, well, no. Yes and no.
Give us
There's
a little.
like 4 comedy
Like
clubs.
tell
right
like
now.
somebody's listening is like, well, what is it like? Say someone's listening right now want to do open mic for the first time in New York City.
do something else. Go to college and get a career. This is not it. Yeah.
Be an adult.
Yeah. Work for the government because that's going good for everybody. So.
Do you think from when you started, how many stand-up comedians were then to now? Do you feel like there's more stand-up comedians?
I think
or
it's
less?
probably the same. The people. So at me and Lance's
It's like
level,
100,000 more
There's more?
per city.
yeah, I guess it'd have to be based on what I said before.
And they're worse.
Well, do you think people are just doing it because they think it's easy and then they're just gonna fucking fizzle out.
Stand-up's hot right now. Stand-up's become cool in the past couple of years. So now people that want to look cool are doing it.
But are they doing it like podcasts were cool, but people do it for a while and then they don't make any money, they stop? Do you feel like
that happens?
Stand-up comedy is cool to be stand-up comedian, but they sticking with it, or they kind of doing it for a little while, they feel cool, and then they're like, doesn't pay the bills, or I'm struggling and I can't, I'm sure jokes is an important part of it. You got to be funny.
Let me give it back to the pros. Sorry.
He's too new. When he gets his own microphone, he can answer that.
Fuck this.
So I don't know. I feel like I know more comedians who have quit comedy than I know who are still doing it at our level, from our starting point. Probably comedians who had good jokes have now quit.
Yeah,
we probably know more of those people went back to real jobs, but I don't know.
Well, you kind of have to.
Everything comes in waves, right?
Do this kind of part-time. You start off part-time comedy. You don't go full.
I got a million thoughts, and I could talk for hours on this part.
Yeah.
Like, one, it's like you get to be a certain age. Like, there aren't a lot of guys like Dan and myself left in the regard of like people we started with. There are people like us, but there are not a ton of them. In the fact of they either quit, they got married, they got jobs, they moved somewhere where not a lot. They became 32 or 37 or 40 or past 40. Yeah. It's, so they either quit or they got famous. So there aren't a lot of people our age that are still with like when Dan and I do shows, if my name is on a bill, I don't have 500 people coming to see me. I have 12. I have 26. If I'm lucky, 57. Every now and then I get something in the 70s but the numbers are like 25 people come see me, 38 people come see me, which is great because you do the math. If tickets are $20, you can do the math on that. It's like you do a couple of shows. Oh wow, you can actually make it. But there aren't a ton of people like myself and Dan left. A lot of people are like Blake's age and they become big on social media. That's obviously the game. Or they're Dan's and I age and they quit or they stopped or just kind of fizzled out and they got a job in advertising or moved to become a book publisher in Ohio and got married and had 3 kids, and then you can't. It can be harder to be 45 years old out every night at 11 p.m. with 3 kids. Right. When you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right. It's not impossible, but it's like. There's very few of those around.
Better hope your wife loves you.
And then the other people we started with.
And she makes 6 figures. Those
are he, guys, is 2025.
Oh, sorry.
Or he.
I said wife.
Yeah. So what my point? Or they started with Dan and I, and they now are wildly successful. Yeah. They have TV shows, they have podcasts with 2 million subscribers. They sell out arenas and theaters, and there aren't a lot of people like.
There's a lot of those.
Dan
yeah.
So now, like social media, podcasts, all that exposure.
We never know what's going to be the thing that you're supposed to focus on, and it changes every 18 months. So let's say 3-4 years, right? Yeah. And so. You focus on something, you start a podcast, and then that's not a thing. Whatever you're talking about might not be a thing. You put all your time into Vine. We knew guys that had 1 million followers on Vine, and then Vine disappeared overnight. Yeah. And then whatever they're doing doesn't translate to TikTok, or they're just too frustrated, and they'd rather work as a guy at Terminex because it's a steady salary, then have to figure out how to be a TikTok star again.
Well, I'm saying not more for you guys to star that, but more for appearances, doing a lot of social media appearances, doing all these trendy videos, and, clips.
We got a sneezy dog. It's all good. That's Tess. That's Tess's appearance.
Or you doing a stand-up comedy, you get someone to record some videos so you can post these shorts on social media. So you find that online reach is important to kind of keep your name out there, recognition.
Sure,
Oh, shit, I saw his stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, my advice is if you're young and you want to be a comedian, just film yourself.
Constantly.
In selfie mode, until you're comfortable, and get wildly famous, and then me and Lance maybe can open for you in the future.
I mean, it's completely different than it used. Look around right now. We have 4 cameras going. You guys have I don't know if you want to give away your setup. You have
okay.
3 nice cameras of your own, and we're filming for some reason ourselves on our cell phones to put somewhere. Like, this was never a thing back in the day.
This one's just zoomed in on your right nipple.
There's
really weird.
there's $20,000 worth of tech that I'm looking at. I don't even. That's just what I can see. Like, this wasn't a thing back like when we first started. It was about you'd go to the clubs and like this is I don't know where this is going or this or this or it like, and maybe this whole thing comes out and people listen to it. Maybe they watch it. Maybe you guys are gonna cut these into 2 minutes or 30 seconds. That this was not a thing 15 years ago.
You guys don't do that now for any of your content?
We are. Look at it. We got our
No.
own camera.
I mean, you guys don't.
Well,
don't
I don't
do
know. Lance
YouTube
just bought a
Shorts?
camera. Blake just bought a camera. I have probably $30,000 in cameras that travels with me at any given time. Like, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. But it's like, how many hours? The thing is,
I mean, he drives a yellow PT Cruiser. If you're looking for it in the parking lot.
Me and Lance,
Says school bus on
me and Lance right now are like
30 cam equipment in the back.
Me and Lance.
He was like, yeah, Blake has a camera, Lance has a camera. I have $1 million.
Me and Lance are like road dogs right now. So like, I don't know. I have probably 70 hours of me doing comedy over the last couple of years, and like I don't have the bandwidth to like edit it and and deal with it. Like that's the other problem that you run into.
Interesting. He has 70 hours tapes and he has about 6 good minutes. So we have to put up with 70 hours of damn.
It's like sex.
Wait.
So when
This isn't a Christian show?
No.
So when me and Lance moved to New York City, there was a thing called the Tight Five. I haven't heard the phrase Tight Five in probably 12 years. So starting sets now, Blake, are what, 10 minutes?
No.
If somebody asked you to do 5 minutes, you would be insulted at this point. But when we got to the city, it was 5-minute sets. That was all you did, and you had your tight five, and you could make a living. Michael Che made a living off one of the greatest tight fives in New York City. He ran the same five for like a year and a half, and that got him everything that he got. And due to his credit, and absolutely just killer 5 minutes. And yeah, now it's like, I don't know, everybody's starting set is 20 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
20 minutes? Wow.
Well, from what I see as somebody that's new, that's trying to develop material, is everybody's always pumping out a new 30-second clip. You know what I mean?
Right,
so you're constantly pressed to come up with new material instead of work on good old material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're constantly coming out with like new material that's like C level. When it's like really you should be working on your B stuff
That's
gonna
right.
turn into A+ stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Good way to put it.
I've listened to many stand-up comedians, and everybody's got their own style.
Who's your favorite? This will
My
be
favorite?
Yeah.
No.
Because you guys have a Jeff Dunham doll in the studio.
He's
and
just a
that's offending
doll.
us. I just want you
He's
to
just a
know.
doll.
Yeah.
Because then
my
he just
favorite
says shit.
comedian is George Carlin.
Okay. All right.
And unfortunately, he's not around.
Yeah,
But
like 10 sayings.
the guy,
George Carlin died? I didn't hear that. I haven't heard that.
but the guy
Well, he's like your age.
Yeah.
was much older than you guys, and you're saying you've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
And I don't think age matters. I think the older you are, the wiser and funnier. And I
You
think
hope
you're gonna
so.
be. It's like you gotta keep your jokes with that age demographic, but still hit the younger crowd, because that's who's gonna be.
Well, I
coming
think you
out
get to
there.
a point where you just don't give a fuck what you say. Like if it
but
pisses you off,
I think you
don't
gotta
care.
give a
More
fuck
of a
to a
fuck what you
point,
say.
because
you don't want to. You don't. I watched A Star Is Born last night again, and so the big
in the fucking yellow PT Cruiser.
the big message of that movie is that like when you get a platform, it matters. Everything you say is what are you going to say to these people?
Yeah.
So a guy like George Carlin, that was it. He was saying what he wanted to say. It wasn't. It was the opposite.
Well,
of
I don't.
give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, he's going to say what he wants to say, and then after that, it doesn't matter.
But
he
it's
said
like,
it.
but it's like it's crafted. You know, like a Bill Burr special. It's crafted.
Yeah.
He takes the time, and they'll work on the material for years. So to the Tight Five, what we used to have, guy from Syracuse, Moody McCarthy. When I started doing comedy, he had 45 minutes that he had worked out, and it was perfect. And I saw him do that 45 minutes for like 4 years in a row, and then the vibe changed. There was this idea that like Louis C.K., who was the biggest at the time, was churning out a new hour every year, and then all comedians were like, "Oh, that's what we do now. We're gonna dump our hour." And you're like, "Nobody's seen your hour. You don't need to dump it.
Right.
Keep working it."
You know what I love about, I'm just thinking as you're like, the insanity of you guys even asking comedians, like, you're like, everybody's like, nobody over here is well.
Dan.
Like, this is not,
Ran out of space.
Yeah.
who cares? Doesn't even matter. No, no one over here is doing well. Yeah. So it's like you might as well get 3 people off the street who just shout into the air because like, what are comedians thinking? Or what are they like, dude, these are crazy people. Yeah. Look at this guy's hat. I just got this hat from Dan for some reason. Yeah, dude. I'm a grown man. What am I doing?
There's G-Shock?
Sponsored by the Flower Shop.
No. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you keep discrediting yourself, man. You've been doing it for 20 years.
I'm one of the best.
He's one of the best at discrediting himself.
Yeah, he's
also, 20 years not that long. 20 years.
It's not long.
It's like I'd say it's like a medium. It's a medium amount.
Well, what do they say? 15,000 hours, right?
That's like what adult learners say when they go back to high school. 50's not that old.
50's the new 18
again.
Well, that is. Me and Lance are definitely going through a crisis where we really realizing that we need to make it or do something else soon.
Right.
So that's where we're at. So we're
saying
on our own journey.
15,000 hours, but you're at 70?
No, he said 70 in a month or so.
What's that?
No, you earlier said I've recorded 70
hours. No. We've done
There's a lot of editing on this podcast.
We've done it. Well, what is it? What is this? 10,000 hours to become a professional, right? To become a pro at something, I'm expert at something, right? That's the phrase.
Yeah.
So we've absolutely done our 10,000 hours.
I don't believe the 10,000 hours.
You don't believe that?
No, I think it's garbage. Yeah.
Rose tattoo.
These guys been doing this podcast 2 years. This studio is better than places I've been that have been doing it 15 years.
Yeah.
These guys got all the setup. It's
You don't believe in the 10,000 hours anymore?
I never believed it. It's trash.
No shit.
I think it's how well you do at your trade.
Yeah.
And how you capture attention of people.
Okay.
No matter what entertainment industry you are, whether you're
That one's good, Blake. That's good, yeah.
What'd you get? You already done?
Sorry, Roman.
Cucumber blessings. Yeah, hit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just quick shout out. I'm drinking Rose Tattoo Irish style red ale.
What was that? Was that good?
It's okay.
I got some here.
It's a little.
The podcast is really kicking off now.
Very, very hoppy.
I feel like it's
This
coming
is what
alive.
it is. It's Brews and Banter, you bozo.
This is a very interesting vibe that all of us are
shout
going to be
out to
blackout drunk, and then Lance is going to be left completely conscious.
He has to sleep here. Yeah.
He's the creepy guy that drinks water.
You're all got to fit in his car.
Everybody.
He's going to drive all you guys, I think.
I did the same thing to our Airbnb host, who was kind enough to offer us an Airbnb. And then on the way here, he was like, "Oh, I'm giving you a studio." I was like, "It's 3 dudes. I need you to find 2 beds and a couch." So I did the same thing. Yeah,
You're getting 1 bed.
yeah. We're gonna cuddle up tonight. Me, Tess.
That's a
Lance,
new
and
video.
Blake.
3 dudes, 1 bed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see what he did there. Blake doesn't know what that means, though. He has no idea. Okay. All right.
Oh, look, I was brought up.
All right.
I grew up in like a weird internet age where like you saw that when you were like 18. I saw it when I was 7.
I do have a weird question. So, how many of the girls that you went to high school with were you exchanging nudes with? Because that was not a thing for us.
Yeah, we didn't have fucking phones.
Yeah.
Nudes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Nudes became kind of hacky by the time I was in high school.
Oh, so what were you doing?
We were fucking, dude.
What do you mean?
So no. So I mean, some people were still in high school, but it was more of like if you were in a relationship with somebody, you would have, and then by
There's
law,
rules to it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You had to delete it. Middle school is when we kind of had first access to Snapchat, and it's also because I went to a Catholic middle school, so we were all like secretly horny.
You're fucking naughty people there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. we were all like secretly horny, so we kept it quiet on Snapchat, and it would be a very cordial exchange. And then by the time we got to high school, it was pretty. It was like, oh, all you're doing is sending nudes.
I became old.
Right.
So what style of comedy? Do you guys all have same style of comedy, or
I hope not, dude.
I think you can kind of see what
Lance has angry comedy.
I'm just curious. There's some comedians who tell like a long story, and there's a lot of funny in it. Some comedians like to do short ones. Like, what's your style?
Yeah,
I'm a joke teller.
Oh, just
I
like
tell
short jokes.
Yeah, I tell jokes.
Yeah.
Because I get nervous if I don't get a laugh. So if you have a lot of jokes, you give a lot of opportunities. I shouldn't really. A lot of people tell stories with stuff in it, but I'm a joke teller. It's very clear for the most part where I'm hitting a punchline with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there So how do you write your
That's what I
material?
got to deal with. I'm trying to tell a story. These guys, this one's going to be all weekend.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
That's Blake style, the fuck you
Tell
two
some
style.
kinda-
I know how much sex Dan has, and I feel like he's got something he's going to pass on.
I haven't had sex since I've met you, honestly.
Oh,
to be
got him
honest.
to admit it. Got him to admit it.
He's talking about with you.
No, I'm having a real drought.
We're fascinated.
Oh, that's good. That's coffee stout.
Well, I'm a joke teller. There you go.
Your style is joke
I'm a
telling.
joke teller, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
a good
come
answer.
up with like how do you write your own jokes? Like, do you experience something in life and you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
I mean, you used to carry a pad and paper with you
Yeah.
before phones. Now it's you got the note. Everybody's got the note app, right?
I have
That's a good
to.
question. What is your process?
saw
You
his
wite it in the
notepad.
phone?
yeah.
Yeah, I go through phases where I don't know where I'm writing it, and then I've been texting it to myself when I have an idea. But me and Lance are at a place where our, the like creative process. They wrote books. They wrote like hundreds of books about. I was in advertising, and I went to school for advertising. They wrote hundreds of books about like you immerse yourself in the thing, and then the answer will come to you when you're not thinking about it because your brain is like still doing the work. So for me and Lance, it's like a joke is happening when we're just driving and there's a joke, and then if it's good enough, we're gonna remember it, and if we have a pen and paper, we're gonna write it down.
Or now with your phone, you can just kind of
Whatever it is,
record it.
whatever your process is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I never know if Dan's really doing a bit because he's. It seems like he's always done everything at a professional level in some aspect. Because he'll bring something up and he's like, "Well, I don't know if you're right," because I was in advertising.
Right, He's a seasoned vet. Right.
No. The creative process.
Yeah.
They write books about like hundreds of books about this thing, and it's always like you just throw all the information into your brain, and then you sit back, and then whatever. So I'm using that as the like example, the
Any of these books
quantifier.
Any of these books say you got to be on drugs or no?
What's that?
During, during your creative writing, does it say you got to be on drugs?
No, why are you guys on drugs?
Drop acid.
Why,
No, I'm just wondering,
do you have
like,
acid?
We
right
do
now?
gummies. We do gummies.
No, I'm just wondering.
That's a podcast. If you guys have mushrooms and motherfuckers or whatever, what would be the one? Yeah.
We've done the
would do
gummy
that.
where
Yeah,
we
we've
were
done
both
gummy
on
episodes,
gummies.
Oh yeah, I would do not THC. I would do that podcast. I would do acid and whatever.
No, we wouldn't.
Alfalfa or whatever.
We wouldn't do that. So it's out. You can come over. and do
But
it.
that's what happens. It's like
Yeah.
Louis C.K. was our guy for so long, like my generation's guy. Where it would be so he would say this thing where like after 15 years in comedy, every joke he writes is like better than the last joke he wrote. He's like already conditioned himself that what he's doing is going to be good, and so when he thinks of a joke on the spot, it's like ready for stage. That was like a thing for me and some of the guys coming up. It's like, is it stage worthy and is it stage ready? And so at some point after 10 years, what you think of is ready to go. At Blake's level, I don't know. Like it might be that there might be some work that has to go into it. I'm not taking a shot. Don't.
None of my stuff is ever ready to go. So, I've never been on a show and
if I
thought,
could-
this is going to go well.
But if I can put myself 2 years in, you have an idea and you don't know necessarily in which way you want to convey it.
Yeah.
And you don't know how much information to give and keep, and at some point you figure out what the mechanism is, and then at that point you can just write it and you can take it that night to stage. So my favorite thing is to like figure out what's weird about a town or whatever, right? Like write something super local, super specific to that room, and then you endear yourself to that group the first 5 minutes in the set, and then you get into your stuff that is going to work.
So it actually gives me another question.
Sure.
When you write
12 inches. Are there any other questions in this place? What are we doing?
Yeah, collectively. Four.
well, no, it gave me another thought. Like when you
That's the second small dick thing coming from here. Yeah, so we
can relate.
So we know
get
what
comfortable, there's more coming.
Yeah, we know what the projections are now.
Hey, why is the door padlocked?
Yeah, we locked from the inside.
From the inside. When you write jokes, do you write it for that demographic where you're going to be doing stand-up comedy, or do you try something like maybe
What do you
you
mean?
wrote, like say you wrote a skit for New York City, and then you go to North Carolina?
Oh yeah, no.
You're going to use the same stuff, or you're going to change it up?
The goal is that whatever you're writing has for me anyway, it has a universal truth and that was a big challenge for me. I went to South Africa and I wanted to how much of
Travels.
how much of my
With his $1 million equipment.
a farther place.
He flew his own plane.
I'm regretting bringing these two to the podcast.
I went to South Africa. I was a professional South African for a while.
No.
It's only 2 years in, also, by the way.
The point I'm making is that you want to see how universal your stuff is. So, like, what do you got to do? What do you got to change about your act when you get to another country to make it so that it's universal? The goal is that you're funny everywhere. I would run into guys. I've always been producing shows, so I would I'd have a show in like Baltimore. I was living in New York City, a show in Baltimore where I'd bring 4 guys on a bus and we'd go do a show, and then I started to notice some of the pitfalls of like writing material to a New York City audience. Is you go to like rural Baltimore, they don't know what you're talking about.
Right. So you got to alter that for
the farmlands of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Rural Baltimore. Where is it?
I mean, anything rural.
It's called Dundalk. It's rural Baltimore.
Anything
Yeah,
rural, you
100%.
can do corn joke, right?
It was a what?
Anything
a corn
rural,
joke?
corn
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
So do you read the room on the fly? If you've got something prepared, and then you start talking about things, you realize like, okay, this isn't funny. These people.
Yeah.
Do you just keep going, or do you fucking
quit
switch?
comedy. Yeah. No. You take the bomb, right? You take the bomb. If it's not working, they don't like you. Something's out. Something you don't know what's off. You take the bomb.
But your set is your set. You're not changing it.
No, not necessarily. But that's person to person, right? So, Blake.
Oh, I was going to say, Dan, we did a show in Virginia. Like a month ago. It was it was a little Father's Day show.
Yeah.
I opened it up, bombed.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So hard.
One of the worst of my life.
So speaking of that, you guys all remember you like.
And then Lance did the room.
You booked me for a Mother's Day show where I
for
bombed.
Mother's Day. I actually was going to say the opposite. I feel like I bombed on Mother's Day and Lance killed it, and I killed it on Father's Day and Blake. Yeah, Blake.
But you guys just take the L. And it's like part of the business.
It's an interesting thing because Dan closed out the Father's Day show, and so he was playing with the crowd a lot, like because they were weird up top. And as the host, when you're in the hosting spot, you don't really want to like make fun of the crowd too much. You don't want to insult them too much. But Dan kind of got up there and he was like asking them stuff, and they were weird, and he was like, "You guys are fucking weird," and that made him laugh. You know what I mean? So it's like
I'm not beyond telling him at this point. Yeah.
Right, but like that's sometimes people like hearing.
You don't want to like insult the crowd, but just to a degree, just to get a laughter,
like
and then you're like.
Anytime I do a show with these two guys, they always kind of know where the crowd is at. You know what I mean? And that's something I have to learn more.
As an opener, sorry, Lance.
Yeah.
As an opener, do you feel like your role is very important to kind of warm the crowd up?
It depends.
You're like the comedy fluffer.
Yeah. That is the term. Yeah. I kind of just brush them a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, just a little rub and tug,
right? And then I send in these boys to finish the job.
And then they're all disappointed.
And that's what the next couple of days is really going to be.
Yeah.
But I think there's a misconception that the first slot is not important. It's how a lot of the comedy clubs in the country operate. They like people. I'll be like doing a show at a Funny Bone somewhere, and if you host, the crowd hasn't even shown up yet, and it's like just start the show, whatever. Yeah. But I have sort of the opposite perspective. I feel like the first slot and the last slot are kind of the most important. Mm-hmm. You got to start off strong. Kind of whatever happens in the middle it doesn't really matter because if you got a strong end and a strong beginning, those are the two like. But that's not how the industry operates. The industry operates 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes up top, maybe 30 in the middle, and like an hour at the end, and that's kind of the standard. But we're trying our best to. Mm-hmm.
Would you mind sharing your either best or worst act? You don't have to.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Both. Like the one you remember you bombed the
worst bomb?
Yeah, or your best successful. Like which one would you like to share?
Or how do you even measure it? Like, I mean, what is
anything that stands out?
Yeah. I think
I know where Lance is going.
Do you? I feel it. I mean, I think you feel it.
Yeah.
You get off. If I get off stage, like you can. A lot of times you can just feel it. It's almost like an interaction or a conversation with someone, or like maybe a date. It's kind of like you're on a date with the crowd, right? You go on a date and you're like, you leave and go, that was horrific on all fronts. Then you leave a date. Sometimes you're like, wow, that went really well. Like it's kind of like that. You kind of, at least the good comics, I would say, can feel it. Mm-hmm. There are people that will do atrocious and get off stage like, I fucking killed it, and you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, out of your mind.
You killed something. Like all these people like
cock up there. That was awful. So the good comics. I think most good comics know, like it's a feeling. You at least for me, I don't know.
That's a good point. That is a good point to bring up. There is a disconnect sometimes with folks where they think they did great, and the audience and the other comics are like, "What's the delusion?" Like, and so as a comic,
it's almost like this. These guys think they're this handsome. It's like the delusion. These guys.
Those guys think they're this handsome.
That's funny.
Those guys think they're this handsome.
There's a redhead.
No, they fucking modeled themselves after us.
But so I really like that logo though. But so I would say that
this is comedy. I'm interrupting. This is comedy. Literally, with the fact that you guys made these for yourselves, you guys are us.
Well,
this is literally us. You're just us. A little different.
We can do one with you.
The genre of this podcast is comedy, so you're dead on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. I would say the better you are at like the best comedians are super hard on themselves, and that's how you get good. Is because another comic will go, "You did great," and you go, "Nah, I didn't land the punchline on this one. I was working on this one, and the crowd wasn't really with me." So the more a comedian at the end of their set is like, I don't know. That's a guy who's working, and that's a guy who gets it, guy or girl, whatever. And that's
or both,
right? And that's somebody who is on top of like really working hard and like trying to get to another higher place.
Mm-hmm.
I was also going to say, you never do a perfect show. That's why, like, if you ever see a special that's like 4 shows taped and then they edit it in 1 hour.
I see.
Oh, really?
I mean, so it's like they take the best clips from those.
It's
4
generally
shows.
2, but yeah. But it's 500 shows that led to that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what stand-up is. That's the part that frustrates me about. You go to a place. I had a guy who was opening for me in Florida, and a very funny guy. But every night I'd be like, "What's your set tonight?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wing it." And I was like, "Well, you're not doing comedy. Like the art of stand-up comedy is basically picking what you're doing and trying to perfect it, like trying to make a singular joke or a bit, whatever." Down to so tight a place that 100% that you can rely on it. That when you pull it out, it's going to bring you to another place. If something goes bad, you can just pull this joke out of your pocket and you can land it. And no matter what, like a like a pilot, in a storm, this is going to be a reliable one. You can put the wheels on the ground.
The skill and ability of a comedian to read the crowd and be able to like, the next joke I wrote might not actually work here, and to instantly substitute.
But there are jokes that no matter what, no matter how bad it's going, you will land it and it will go perfect, and you have them sit in your pocket as the old reliable.
So each of you have a joke, no matter where you are, it will land.
None of them are perfect, but like 9 out of 10 times, or 90 out of 100 times. It's the same math, but like literally 90 out of 10 of 100 times, it will.
900 out of 1,000.
It will work.
He's not drinking.
It will work. Like it will work. Like,
will you be willing to share, like each one of you?
Yeah, I have one of my like most reliable jokes. I've been doing it forever. It's I went to college, and then there's a little more to it. But basically, it's like. My college keeps calling me for money. They call you for money, and then they call me every month. They say, "Hey, would you want to donate $10 to the college fund?" I go, "I owe you guys $75,000." So it works almost because it's cute, it's not offensive, it's fun.
Everybody's got college debt.
It downplays me. It's self-deprecating. Yeah. It's even if you didn't go to college, it makes you feel like, well, God, at least I don't have $75,000. So it hits a lot of. It's a very easy, fun, safe.
Do the final line.
What is it?
So just put it on my tab.
Oh yeah, so I just what's 10 more? You can put 1,000 on there. I don't care what you stick.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care what you stick on there. I'm doing the Brews and Banter podcast, so I don't really care what you stick.
You made it done.
Yeah. So see, that joke will work 90 out of 100 times. It will almost always work. Yeah. So if I'm doing a set and maybe I'm doing some stuff, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I feel like the crowd's really. I'll throw that, or even I'll use that one kind of at the beginning of a set. Because it's like, okay, now they know that like I know what I'm doing. It's kind of like you're a pilot, essentially, right?
Yeah.
That you get on an airplane, you want your pilot to sound confident about the flight ahead. Yeah. So if you do a couple of jokes work up top, people will.
Here's my analogy. I'm proud of you.
People will trust you, and then you get a little leeway with the crowd. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
but you're building credibility throughout the whole set.
The reason... Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
The reason why I'm a fan of George Carlin is a lot of his comedy is just truth. It's like it's what everybody relates to. So and we all know.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine was likening himself to George Carlin. And the reality...
Who might that have been?
I'm not talking about myself. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, did
One of the greats?
That doesn't make any sense.
Anytime a comic starts a story with my buddy, they mean themselves.
No. His name is
He's not
Andrew
that
Frank.
old
He's
yet.
They
fantastic.
made it up, and they wanted to say that
No, I
their
was
own
trying to
thought.
protect
Did
him.
George
No.
Carlin go to South Africa?
Yeah. So that's the third time he's talking. He's actually nailing it. Small
know,
penis.
that's great.
So is that Andrew Frank? Is that the guy that lifts weights?
No, I don't know who that is. Andrew.
Who's that guy that
No, is
lifts
it-
weights?
That's Andrew Tate.
No.
No, there's
Andrew Tate.
No, there's a couple guys. There is a couple guys that have a podcast about whether or not people are doing steroids. I love those.
Who?
The whole podcast is he natty?
With Matt Mish, the guy who, if you want to have your girl slob your knob, make sure you're
Yeah,
fucking,
the guy who
yeah.
does like works out.
I
and he
thought
goes-
his name was Frank.
No, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Andrew Frank's a guy in Seattle. He's fantastic. He's from St. Louis.
Can I put my pants back on? What are we doing?
Here was my point. George Carlin.
Don't ask any questions.
Everyone is funnier than George Carlin now. George Carlin, like line for line, laugh for laugh. If you watch the special, there's like 4 laughs the whole thing, and they're big laughs. But basically, he's doing a lot of work. He's reciting. He's doing like rhyming couplets. He's doing all this stuff. So he comes from a time. You're talking about 1960, 1970, 1980, when he was like really doing the work, and everything he did made us all better. But you got to update what you're dealing with because George Carlin. Everyone laugh for laugh is funnier than George Carlin right now.
He would build up and then just punch you
But
with
it depends what you want. It's like music. It's
Okay.
George Carlin's. It's music. So
But it's-
you might love
he's
him.
been
You might.
dead 25
you might not.
years. Yeah.
There's a lot of great music from the past. What are you talking about?
That's fair.
You know what I mean? There's so if you're not alive, your music sucks.
But for him, to, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you're saying, but like comedy is music. It's whatever hits you. Like for instance, I'm a 41-year-old straight white male with 9 inches. So me,
On the best day.
I'm gonna relate
hanging off the back of that hat. Look at that thing.
I'm gonna
Look at that
relate.
tab on that thing.
I'm gonna relate to see how you guys we just had fun. I'm gonna relate to this.
Flower skate shop.
I'm not like
we measuring from the asshole?
yeah. I'm measuring from out there.
You're measuring from Blake.
Yeah, from around back.
I measure from my
The,
shoulder blades.
My point is like we all relate to people like like I think Bill Burr is very funny, right? That's someone who.
Yep.
But then like there's somebody maybe it's I like comics that are I just named. I'm trying to say something that makes sense. Like I named a guy that's like me, so it's like we like different music. I also like people that are vastly different than me, but like. We all just tend to like certain things. Like I'm not a huge fan of country music. I like some country songs, but I'm not a huge country music fan. I much prefer like just whatever's on the radio pop-wise. Like I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting, but it's music is the point.
Dan, the reason why I said George Carlin is because, sorry, Blake, 1 minute. So
Fuck you, Blake.
the style of his comedy, no matter where he is, the things he says, most people in the audience would relate to it. And so what you were saying about the college debt, most people, anywhere you go in the crowd would have either understand what you're talking about or relate to it, and that's where they find the comedy in it.
It's an easy joke. You know where it is.
Right. Go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
I just think. Hold on. Sorry, Blake. Fuck you.
Why do you put that microphone on your dick and Blake keep grabbing it?
Yeah. I think for I want to challenge you to find a contemporary act as your favorite.
Contemporary act?
Yeah, because everybody can say that the greats are the greats, right?
What's contemporary?
Now, so who's bet? Is that the wrong word? Am I saying the exact opposite?
It's
wrong
Bill
word?
and Louie by a mile.
Well, but that's the question: is who's your favorite?
I mean, my
now?
next would be Louis.
Okay,
If I had to choose, Louis would be my next.
Yeah, and he's great, and then for my money, I think Louis has done more for comedy than George Carlin.
I think,
I think Louis is funnier.
The reason why George Carlin
Line
for
for
me,
line.
I'll just give you a little background.
Yeah.
There's a
You're
lot of
old.
stuff, I'm not from.
He's your
I'm
age.
also-
Yeah.
I'm not from this country. I moved here in 1996. I was a little kid. And
From
there's
where?
A lot of. I'm Armenian.
Can I see your green card, please? There's a lot of shit going on right now.
He can show you his back hair. That probably covers.
this guy's killing.
It's in my pants if you want to see it. So
Not your brown card, your green card.
it's on the other end.
Okay.
So I question things all the time, and I'm like, tell my wife, I'm like, well, why is it this way, or why do you say this, or why do you use that vocabulary for this and doesn't make any sense? She's like, I don't know.
Question your wife?
Well, no, I'm asking my wife to help me understand it.
Tess was
Has
pissed.
issues. Yeah, you do.
You know, fucking
Sorry,
question.
Tess.
You don't question a lady.
Well, then eventually she goes, you know what? I have all the answers for
Wanna
you.
grab me a beer?
Listen
sure.
to George Carlin.
Come
Okay.
here.
And I was like, man,
That
this
green
guy's
patch.
on the same page
That
with
green
me.
patch.
Where's your
that's-
wife from?
She's Filipino,
Okay.
but she
The fucking clown-looking one there.
Blake can't figure. Blake can't read. Just so we know,
The
Blake
red
can't
one.
read, guys. Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's second shelf to the right.
I apologize. This was supposed to
Keep
be
going
so
up,
simple.
up,
for
right there, that
everybody.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time you touch it, you'll get it.
Blake can't read. I'm sorry.
Green patch. Yeah.
he's just not used to anything that white.
Right. I am. It's not mine. It's not mine, but I'm used to it.
What I do, I challenge you. I challenge you for your next podcast to find a current person that you're into. 'Cause there's a lot of great people.
So some of the
a lot of people are changing the game right now.
You ever heard of Patrice O'Neill?
no.
He's also dead. He's also been dead 20 years.
Okay, but he's dead. But him and Bill Burr, I think, are the reason that comedy's at where it's at right now.
Really?
If you watch Patrice did like extremely guided crowd work material. So like he would do bits that he would get the audience to prove for him.
Oh, I see.
He's got this one bit that's like amazing where he's like he's asking the crowd and he goes, ladies, if you lost your vagina in a horrible train accident, right? What would you do to keep your man? Right, and then the ladies in the audience they go, oh, I'd let him put it in my butt. We could do anal, or like, oh, we could, I'd suck his dick. I get really good at giving blowjobs. And then he pauses for a second, and he's like, okay, so you just classified yourself as a series of holes. Now, one of you guys said learn how to play Madden, right? Learn how to tell a better story. So that's the kind of material that he, because now, like what you see now is crowd work, where like if you see a Matt Rife clip, that is like that's stuff that those are. I don't want to say they're canned, but it's not a new interaction every time. You know what I mean?
It seems like I see what Matt does more often now with younger comedians.
So there's an idea
incorporate it with the crowd.
There's an idea that don't burn your material, and there's an idea that only put up crowd work clips because that's what people want to see. I would challenge that. I do think that because the stuff that I like as a comedian is I like Joe List or Mark Norman or these guys who really write jokes.
Asmus?
Yeah, but like Lance says, his music, whatever you want to watch at that point.
Okay, but
yes and no.
But also like Jeff Asmus, I just texted them the other day. That guy, he just put out an hour. But if you go back over the last 2 or 3 years, he's been putting out a lot of the same material for 2 or 3 years. So it's just on a different like he'll do a 10-minute don't tell that is part of his new hour. So you're seeing it repeated, but it's always a different crowd, it's a different room, it's a different reaction. So it's like he's not burning his material, but nobody's seeing it. That's the
thing. A good joke. I don't like when you like a special. I watched Bill Cosby himself 100 times when I was a kid. Like you're not gonna dislike the joke that you liked by hearing it another 12 times. If the joke is good, it's gonna be good every time. And that's to the point of earlier. Like every audience, every whatever, the joke is good. And that's why these guys could do. That's why up till 2010, guys could do the same hour. And people would come back and see him every year at the comedy club. And they'd see the same hour. And maybe there's 5 new minutes, maybe there's 10 new minutes at that time. But you don't remember every joke. So you're hearing it again and you love it because it was great the first time.
It's interesting to me how, comedians choose what material to use for their crowd. I had a stand-up. I have a construction business, and a stand-up comedian worked for me part-time.
Okay, what's his name?
Of course, you were going to ask me. I forgot his last name. Dan something.
Maybe he didn't have one. Maybe he was like Cher.
Shout out Dan.
Last name.
Shout out
Dan something. He's down in Florida now. So, anyways, he would have a notepad with him.
Sure.
And
every time something with concrete that would happen funny, he'd write it down.
I don't know if you've ever been on the construction site. Work with contractors.
No, of course not.
live in New York City. I'm living in one. Every day I'm walking through fucking white powder dust.
With the scaffolding over you.
Dan can't get anywhere near a construction site with that hair. That would be asbestos in that fresh cut.
No hard hat on that head. So he would, we bust balls all the time. And he would be like, oh shit, that goes. He's like, and he'll write it down, and we always bust his balls. He'll be like, he'll write it down, he goes, that's mine. I'm like, fuck you, that's yours.
Yeah, that's funny. And
it became like this punch.
Stuff like that happens in comedy rooms too. Yeah, you collab a bit, and then you're like, whose is this?
Yeah,
and it's like
every time he would be like, oh, that's mine, and then so we're like, hey, that's yours. So it became like
So he's stealing. So basically, this guy was stealing your material.
Stealing
we don't
all-
like this guy. Yeah, this guy sounds bad. We don't want to know his last name.
So, and it was interesting to me that he thought what we were talking about on the job site and the crazy shit we say,
Yeah.
that would be interesting and funny to the crowd he's performing in front of.
Yeah, well, funny's funny, right?
And then it's also was funny to me because he would invite me to these shows. I'm like, motherfucker, that's my. I said,
Listen to your joke.
Oh, it's your joke. Yeah, he's doing your material.
listen to some of my own
That's
jokes.
the question that I have for you guys. So, if that's the goal, is the goal? Do you guys want to pursue comedy? Is that one of the things?
I would be fucking nervous.
Yeah,
as
we're
fuck.
part of this, but then we talk to everybody.
I can joke
been-
around with friends. Like we just met, and I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel comfortable joking around. Like I don't know if like Blake's hat. I don't know if he's having identity
No,
crisis.
it's horrific. Yeah. Thank you for bringing it up.
You know, that's what insecure men say. So I'd like to get that point
Yeah,
across.
ask
Lance
Frank
hasn't
if I'm
talked in a while.
It's got rabbit ear. It's got bunny ears on it.
Look,
all
it's
right?
called being comfortable with myself. All right,
Yeah.
Dan. I know you don't know anything about that.
Yeah, well, look, 3 minutes ago, the projection about my fantastic haircut. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But you complimented
Inches.
you
hair.
complimented his shorts. No, but what I'm saying is, it's for me. It's always interesting what comedians find funny
Yeah.
and how they choose what material to use.
It's never what
for.
you think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like we all think differently. Like you think. I didn't mean to cut you off if you were.
No, it's okay.
Like people always like, "Are you going to use that in your act?" You're like, "No, I'm not. Like, I'm not even interested." Like,
Yeah.
because what?
Yeah, I'm going to use you as being a dickhead in my act.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's like we all think on our own. Like people think they're always like, "Oh, you're going to use it." I'm like, no, I can't. I don't want to use that at all. Like,
Yeah.
it's you. I don't know how to say it. It's like you're painting with your canvas over here, and people think you're over here, and they're like painting on it. Be like, no, I'm actually over here painting. I don't know if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
But to Lance's earlier point, he was like, sometimes the people that are so the opposite of you are what's funny. That's why Lance is super funny to me because I'm an outright guy. The way that I'm doing comedy, it's like on the face. Lance is very sarcastic. I can't ever achieve that. That's why Lance is so funny to me.
I can see Lance.
Yeah.
He's so sarcastic, and
I can see Lance making fun of our podcast on the next. He's
Yeah,
like,
well, but at the same time, he's a little bit happy to be here.
I was on the podcast the
little
other
bit.
day. You
Just a
should
little
see
bit.
the logo. It doesn't
Slightly
look like
happy
the
to be
guys
here,
at
yeah.
all.
He's going to fucking take a coaster and fucking wipe his ass.
You guys have proven my point exactly. I'm gonna forget this ever happened. Are we gonna talk about this? Everyone's like, "What are you gonna talk?" No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave out of this room. And that's it.
You can't forget.
It's over for me.
You
dude.
can't forget shit because you're not even drinking. Water doesn't make you forget.
I'm glad. I'm
Exactly.
glad.
And then I think these guys are funny because I never want to be them. So that's
Perfect. He gives you something to aspire not to be.
I like the chemistry. I like how you guys bust
It's
each other's
fine.
balls.
It's
And
fine.
Honestly, when you asked earlier about the podcast,
Yeah.
that's how we started the podcast. We were just hanging out at a campfire and we just bust each other's balls, and everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are so funny. You should do a podcast."
Yeah.
And we just forgot. And Frank, 2 years after that, called me. He's like, "Hey, remember
Remember the thing in the
about a
fire?
podcast?"
I'm Frank, not Trent, not some other fucking name.
Travis. But yeah, that's how it started.
You
We
guys
just
hang out outside the podcast.
How do you say it? Fritcher?
Fritcher. Yeah.
Francis Fritcher.
We do.
FF. Is it 3 Fs?
Sometimes we travel
No,
with
you
family.
can
C
put
in
it
the
in
middle?
there.
What is it?
It is a C in the middle.
Yeah, Francis C. Fritcher. Yeah, I can see it in my email.
My grandfather.
Okay, fuck yeah, dude.
No.
What's a Fritcher? What would be religious about it?
St.
I'm
Francis.
fucking Viking, man.
Francis.
Yeah.
Francis.
I'm like,
Oh,
and
is that right?
I'm like 4% Irish.
Okay, so just
4% of 4 inches though.
a
Like,
drunk rapist. I got you. That's fine. Yeah, dude.
it works.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And if I was a Greek Roman warrior, what would I be?
Wait, you're that one?
I'm this guy.
What the? Why is he a redhead?
Because
What's
I got fucking red hair. I had it when- that was
you're
fucking
the
great.
redhead. I got
When
you.
he was-
This is like when the nerds in high school would make a GTA character,
Yeah, exactly.
This is
and they'd be like, "I'd definitely be the cool guy."
this is Trent and Roger. Whatever. Fuck.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trent and Roger.
It's gonna
Who
take
said
a while.
Roger?
I don't know. We can make that shit up.
That's funny.
That's what we do.
It'll take
Nobody
a while.
said Trent.
No, we just fuck around here too. We don't, we talk to people. We talk to
Yeah.
therapists, doctors, business owners.
You guys are first
everybody.
stand-up comedians.
Really?
So what's? Oh no,
I
that's
didn't know
great.
that.
Actually, hopefully, in our new location, we'll be much closer to a stand-up comedy club, so we might have more stand-up comedians.
You're going to be inside the mall? What does that mean?
No, we're going to be right up the road here.
Oh, you're in Mohegan Sun.
Near,
Mohegan
next to it.
Manor.
Mohegan Sun would be fucking fantastic.
Why are you guys moving? This is a great place.
We want bigger space.
This nuts to butts thing doesn't work here.
No, it's good. I like
I think
it.
this is a great space.
No, I like it. Yeah,
Well, I appreciate that, Lance, but do you want thighs that close to you?
he does. Yeah.
Yeah, how many-
I wasn't supposed to bring 9 guys with me.
How many short shorts do you want to be around?
Wait, sorry, you said you're straight. Do you want guy thighs that close to you?
You see how tight his sweatshirt is on his forearms? He likes this. He's having a good time on the side of the table.
And the watch.
I don't know.
Blake was just at a Pride event. He knows what the people want. Yeah, he knows what they want.
That was actually one of the best.
They did. There's a lot of fun there. Yeah.
It was like a ton of.
Where? Sorry.
No. The Pride parades or Pride festivals. You can have fun there.
Oh no! I just did a mic. at Emerald Cocktail Kitchen or something, and it was like a queer inclusive. It was like mainly that, and that was like easily the most fun I've had at a mic in a long time. At just a regular open mic. Yeah.
Well, honestly, like going to a mic in a place that you've never been and being pretty good at comedy is the greatest feeling.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Andrew Frank, the guy we were talking about before, when we would have a show in a town and we would just end up with a show and we'd have like 100 veterans come up, but like basically our show wasn't like advertised. So we would go through this veteran organization. So we'd do that show. And so nobody knew we were in town. So then we're like, we're here. Well, let's just go to like the mic or whatever. And we would just go to the mic and like as sleepers, and we'd be like, let's just see how our stuff holds up. And we would just sign up. And then afterwards, if you're good and you go to a mic in a city you've never been and like in your year's show, people come up to you afterwards and they're like, what are you guys? Like, what is happening? Like,
But you're not going to these things and people are like, oh, I know who you are. I've seen you before.
for sure not. I mean, we're doing your podcast. Nobody knows who we are. But Blake being good and coming to Syracuse for the first time and doing a mic where, it's not a professional mic, that's probably an amazing feeling. To be funny at a place where you didn't expect.
That is typically.
Nobody expected you to be funny.
That is where I kill. I kill around amateurs. That's what I do. It's kind of like being decent at basketball and then going to like special ed class.
I was the king of the second heat. I ran track at Baldwinsville and I was the king of the second heat. So if you put me in the second heat, I could get points. But first heat, I look like a chump. Yeah. So that's what Blake's doing, I guess.
Are there any jokes that you guys would not touch? Like
any subjects, even? Yeah.
Anything that you like off limits?
No, go.
No, but why would you on some of them? Like, there's certain words or topics like that I don't feel the need to like. I think anything can be funny and be made funny, but it's like, I'm trying to just.
I saw a thing. Do you want me to?
Yeah, all right.
So it was Jesselnick. A lot of people like Jesselnick. A lot, and like, and a whole scenes are like very like.
Oh, Jesselnick, who? Just so people know.
Anthony Jesselnick.
Well, I mean, if you're not a comedy,
do you know Anthony?
I thought that was his first name.
Anthony Jesselnick's a fantastic comedian, and there's whole sines. St. Louis is like a big Mitch Hedberg and Anthony Jesselnick scene. They just really love those guys, and it shows in all their work. So Jesselnick kind of had a similar question to this the other day, and his answer was something to the effect of like, there are people like attacking trans people. But it's like when you can talk about anything and make it funny, why would you want to like attack a thing? Like, why would you want to attack a concept? So if you have a perspective on something, it can be funny, but the first move is not adversarial, right? It's like, so this idea that like you can't talk about being gay, that doesn't make any sense. You can't talk about, that'd be like saying you can't talk about being Italian. You can't talk about having the name Francis or Trent or whatever. It'd be like saying you can't talk about, wearing a kitty cheetah hat or whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think if you don't put it in the concept of like you're attacking that, more in like a joke and like, oh yeah, like I don't know.
Well, to the point earlier, like the relatability. So is there a relatability for me who isn't the thing I'm talking about? Is there probably going to be any relatability? Probably not. Yeah. But if it's a thing that I know it's my culture, it's like, it's how I grew up, it's whatever, then what I'm finding funny probably has a relatability because it's my perspective. It's not being like, hey, look at that thing over there that I don't know anything about. Right. I don't like that. That's probably not funny.
You know any comedians that maybe told you too, like, I'm gonna try this and I'm cringing a little bit, but let me see how the crowd responds, and then they're like, all right, I'm not going to use that
Sure,
again.
yeah, that's half the game.
That's half the
I'd
game.
say that's half of it. Yeah. I mean, what is the goal? I guess every comedian. There's 3 comedians here. I only see one, but we're all in this. Everybody's in this for a different reason.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? I think is so someone's objective to like, do they want to shock the crowd? Some people are just angry and want to make the crowd. Some people are very politically driven and want to prove a point and play to a specific crowd. Some people don't. So a lot of it to me comes down like, yes, I could do a rape joke, and there are some good ones, I think. But like, why do them? Or like, I don't think it is helpful. Or like suicide is a tough topic.
Yeah.
You might have a great joke, but I had some suicide jokes back in the day when things weren't going that well, and could do them again tomorrow. But if you do a joke about suicide, you might have someone in the crowd come up to you like, hey, like my son or daughter committed suicide a year ago, and that joke really like hurt me. Like, because it's like you shouldn't joke about that because you don't know what someone's going to. So it's like, why do a rape joke? Why do a suicide? Like, what's your goal? I guess you can. Yeah. Is your goal to shock and awe people? Okay, or is your goal to what is your goal? I think it is more important where. Like some people do this. I'm going on a quick little tangent, but like some people are in this because they want to get famous. Some people want to get girls or men after the show, or women after the show, or whatever, boys to round it out. The
Blake,
well, people want to
cheetah hat.
Some people want to just get on TV. Some people love the craft. Some people do it for themselves. Some people do it because they want to make people's day better and use their thing to. Like everyone's got a different goal. So like. So, I don't really have much intention of like doing a suicide or like rape. It doesn't. Why is my point.
Like I've heard comedians make some jokes. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, sure.
But then the response was like, oh okay, people found it funny. And I'm just wondering, maybe they're getting bored of safe and they want to push the limit a little bit.
Maybe that too.
You know?
Blake, what's the thing that Louis says? There was a thing recently with an interview where 3 places where comedy comes from. Do you remember this? Since you're such a student of this.
3 places.
Well, he was just a student, like.
Well, he was addressing shock and awe and this sort of thing, and beginning to this place where you can talk about something that's so like over the line and challenging.
He was on Joe. I think he was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about where if you say something that really creates a feeling in somebody, you should explore that. So I forget exactly what he was talking about, but I think he was running his new hour at a comedy club somewhere, and I think he said that he made an abortion joke, and a lady in the audience went, "Oh!" And a lot of comedians, when they hear like an "oh," they go, "Oh, I shouldn't do that." Yeah. And Louis, the way Louis looks at it is he's like, well, that's a real feeling. Yeah. So we should explore that because real feelings are the funniest possible. Yeah. If you really go into a real feeling, that's going to be so much funnier than just kind of sticking on the surface. Yep. And I think Louis probably the best at that, of really like diving into actual true feelings. I think Bill Burr is as well. I think what we were just saying is like of comics trying to do topics. A lot of new comics, we have a thing of like sometimes we don't really have anything to talk about. Like I'm 22, I don't have, these guys are fucking old. They have so much life experience, that they
easy
can
with that word.
So it's like
that's your content. Yeah.
But it's just like, and a lot of the times when you're new, you have no idea what you're doing. So you're like, well, I should be able to make anything funny. And you hear Louis make an abortion joke, and you're like, well, I should be able to make an abortion joke. No, that's not. Louis been doing it 30 years. Yeah. He can make 40. Yeah. So like he can take, a very touchy topic and he understands, he can say it like, when you say it to a crowd, and again, Patrice was really good at this, where you say it to a crowd and like you feel how the crowd feels about it. That's the most important part, is not just what do I think is funny about it, but how does the crowd actually feel? And so, I think I'm going on too much. Well,
there's a little bit of a delivery, consideration there, and again, how you bring it up and where it is in the set.
Yeah, so
Louis that's keen. So my first understanding of comedy with watching Shameless, Louis' special was at the beginning of the special. It's very like what do they say, kid gloves, And then at the end of the special, he's like killing his whole family. He's getting on a plane. So it's so that's how I learned that like what you do at minute 4, the set's 45 minutes. Headliner says 45 minutes. So what you do at minute 43 and 44 is much different than what you're doing at minute 1 and 2, because nobody went at that time. especially, when you walk on stage, nobody knows who you are.
Right.
We're in a new world where like you have this credibility if you're like famous on the internet. It really doesn't matter what you do. You're walking in at minute 45 now, but back in the day, you walk in, and for us, nobody knows us, so we're still walking in at minute 1. So we gotta build all this credibility so that when we're doing the challenging stuff, that's at the end. You can't start with the challenging stuff. One for me that was really important to try to crack was my grandfather was dying of Alzheimer's, and I had this joke, and I loved this joke, and for me it was like bringing my grandfather back and showcasing him, and so to crack this joke before he died was like important to me. And so that was the thing I was working on. But again, I was coming from the perspective of this is my grandfather with Alzheimer's. I'm not like, oh, Alzheimer's is funny because you forget your life. It's like, no, this is my actual experience. And even the people that make it on TikTok, whether they're full of shit or not, what they tell me is that like being true to yourself, and like you can't lie to the audience. You can't be someone fake. That's what I've been told. So like being true to yourself on TikTok, on Instagram, on whatever shows, and it connects.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're
wrong. I feel like go back to maybe just after COVID, comedy was a bit uptight, and it's starting to loosen up a little bit.
You're right.
Yeah,
I think you're
Do you
right.
feel that way too? Like,
Yeah, it was a little
lot of
uptight for a
comedians
little
were
bit.
playing safe. They were worried to say certain things. Now I feel like it's loosening back up.
But it's a matter of like who's out there and who's doing stuff. More than that, after COVID, none of us were in like, what do they say? Like we weren't in like in our fighting weight. We hadn't been on
Out
stage
of the
in
game
front of
for-
people. We all like thought our career was over, and we hadn't told a joke in front of people in a real way in so long. So it took us, me and Lance especially, we very much believed in the vaccine and the fact that COVID was real. And so we were not like putting ourselves in danger. And so coming out was like, we haven't been on stage in a real way in like a year and a half, 2 years. And it shows,
Blake, what were you gonna say?
I think also from I don't want to maybe 2015, but I think anywhere between 2010 to 2020, the big thing was getting a Netflix special. Like that was the big thing. And Netflix obviously has some content restrictions for some people, and they have certain things that they look for.
Not Dave Chappelle, right?
Well, he can get away with anything because he's Dave Chappelle. But like they do have certain things they look for in a comic, certain like attributes about them. But like if you look at immediately after COVID, Shane Gillis came out with his own special, and it's one of the best specials in the last 20 years, live in Austin. And so I think comics then realized we don't need to use the system anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Shane Gillis is
Well,
funny.
and Andrew Schultz, I think, was a lot to do with.
Oh, I think I saw him.
changing the game.
But I think
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think part of the thing about comics being uptight is like, oh, we need to tighten up so we can get a Netflix special. But then people like Shane Gillis and Andrew Schultz who were like, no, you can do this on your own, and you can actually just do it your way. And then people were like, oh, okay, so we can just do it however we want to do it, and we'll find our audience.
It was like a new discovery for comedians.
But I will say, because it's been put into my worldview that like
Your spank bank?
no. Well, that's a whole separate thing. You know, we'll get into that in the second half of the. So no, like there is a world. Shane Gillis and Andrew
Second
Schultz.
half.
and
How
these
long is this podcast?
9 inches. It's 9 inches long.
So the thing you were saying before, Joe Rogan, and there's a whole worldview right now that like the Rogan sphere is what's being promoted, and only that. So if you don't get on Joe Rogan, then you cannot be successful in comedy, and that's the thing. Okay, the best joke. Okay, Simeon Goodson has the best joke about the algorithm. He goes, "I've been trying to get in shape recently." You guys know Simeon Goodson,
Right,
You know Simeon. He goes, he's one of my favorite comics, and he's a friend, and or maybe he hates me. I don't know, but
There's the friend thing again, right?
right.
he's my friend, but no, he's not. He's our level.
No,
So
this
anyways,
guy Dan knows everybody.
fuck you. So
This guy, Dan.
and I do, and they're all going to surpass me. Blake's going to surpass me in 2 years. So Simeon Goodson's got a joke. I can't even do it because it has the N word in it. But the joke is that he started trying to get in shape, right? And so what happens is, so he's like looking at all these videos on Instagram, and then Instagram is like, "Oh, you like sweaty motherfuckers?" So they just keep sending him sweaty dudes with their shirts off. But the N word's in there somewhere, but I can't say it because
Yeah, it's
he's obviously he's a black dude.
He said motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. Motherfucker is, yeah, basically, that's what white people do when we're trying to quote a black guy's joke and we can't say the N-word. We say motherfucker, or if we're really bad, we say motherfucker.
Have you guys? This is probably hacky to bring up, but we were talking about topics that might be off limits. Have you guys heard Bill Burr's joke about how white people and black people use fuck for other races?
No.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah. This is a classic. This is probably 20 years old.
It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest bits of all time of just white dudes accidentally. When they're talking about a dude of another race, like they're talking about like an Asian dude, they put the fuck too early.
In the wrong place.
Right. So
it's a premature fuck.
Right. Yeah. So it's like if a black dude does it, it's like, oh, it's this Asian motherfucker, and it's not racist, right? But the white dude is like this fucking Asian guy. Right. That's one of the greatest bits of all time.
I saw some lady on Instagram the other day. She says, I didn't know this was. It was on X. She said, I didn't know this was a thing. When guys see other guys, and when you know the guy, you do this. Yeah. But when it's someone you don't know, you do that.
Oh yeah, no. So comic view is all about like which white guys do the head nod this way and black dudes do the head nod this way. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the other problem with the internet is like so much of it is like there's like whole sects of people that are taking jokes from. Like so in South Africa where I traveled many times to do comedy.
He used to own the country.
So what would happen is I would go to do shows in other languages. So the first half of the show would be like in Zulu or Tosa or whatever, and then I go in English or whatever. But so what I found out was that there's whole guys that would take Dave Chappelle's hour. Translate it into they call it vernac. It's a vernac show. So they translate it into the vernacular, which is, whatever.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
What was it? What?
So they would take the whole
I don't know if you guys know South African lingo. I was there.
So they would take the whole set and they would translate it into Zulu and then they would do it and nobody would be none the wiser because they're not watching Dave Chappelle. They live in their own lives. Yeah. And so this guy would crush in the Zulu scene and they'd carry him out of the building.
Well,
and
now with AI, when you watch or listen to podcasts on Spotify, Spotify will translate that show.
Is that right?
To the local language where they're listening.
Shit.
But then it looks like a Chinese movie, like our fucking dubbing's off.
What's amazing is your lips are actually properly synced.
No shit. Spotify does that for you. You don't have to pay for that.
I don't think that's that great because comedy is writing. That's just one element of it. Like what makes someone funny is like their cadence, their personality, the way they look, the way the way they move their face. Yeah, so it's hard to I'll take Tracy Morgan as an example. He's one of my favorite comedians, but if you put that on paper or just AI that into it like me, it would make no sense. It only makes sense because it's him and his energy and who he is and what he is, that way he operates as a comic. I don't know about those it can work. If something's very well written, it can work, but I think you lose so much of what actually makes something funny. Because to me, something funny is kind of it's kind of like love. Explain it to me. You can't really explain it. You can I like the person and I get a good feeling, but you can't really explain love. And when something is really funny, you can't pinpoint it. So just.
I do like
Blake just wrote that down.
I think we should all hold hands.
Blake
anytime I watch Lance, I'm like, this guy's doing Tracy Morgan. For sure. 100%.
I think Lance should have an Indian accent.
No, to Lance's point, I do find that credible. So what happens? Okay, you ever been with somebody who you shouldn't be with in your life who's not funny and they're just annoying? That's my whole dating history. So what happens is they're like, well, I'll put something up and it's it's been successful on stage, and then they'll be like, why is that funny? And it's I can't explain to you why. It's because everyone laughed.
Yeah, it just was.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
But social media is tricky.
Social media is horrible. It's the worst things ever happened to us.
You put something.
Also, follow me on Instagram.
Looking for sponsors.
You put something smart funny online, and you get no views. You put dumb funny on there, and it's thousands.
So here's what it is.
Have you ever walked around outside?
Yeah, I
You
have
say
one.
people are dumb?
Observed people.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is. The
Like the fair.
You ever drive a car and watch people drive? You ever? Yeah.
All
So
the
mob
time.
mentality. You guys understand mob mentality, right? So that's what happens. You put it on the internet, and all of a sudden, it's the least common denominator. It's not the greatest common denominator. It's people
I
that
gotta call
are
time out here.
enraged.
Just time out. Can you please come closer? Because I see these fucking bright white legs.
you see the legs
It's fucking
now?
weird to me, man.
Looking at that
What?
tiny
And with the
bulge.
fucking big socks.
That tiny little bulge coming out of those sweat shorts. I don't know.
Sweatshorts.
Blake.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting that he's
His
looking.
jerseys.
kind of
Those are
that
jerseys.
is. Yeah,
Projection.
jerseys.
Everyone here is projecting about how big my dick is. It's incredible. So
Yeah, it's an incredible lie.
yeah, it's incredible. No, you guys are all on your whatever white guy shit or whatever. You guys are. So what was I saying? I was saying something brilliant.
You were saying you were relaying to Lance what he was saying. You can't explain.
I don't think
love,
I wasn't saying that at all. But whatever. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Dan.
Oh, social
Frigolette.
media. You were saying mob mentality.
Yeah, no. So it's just what happens. There was I was on the Wendy Williams show, and so what I found was.
Professionally, I was there professionally.
So what I found was
you guys have heard of Wendy Williams, right? She's very big and
So what I
she's very
found.
big nowhere, actually.
So
She doesn't have a lot of Italians on there, but she had me.
No, so what I found was, so they were calling for comedians when me and Lance were first like in New York, and it was like, all right, so you go on and you spend all day, you write and you write and you write and you write, and then you go on a show and you say stuff that you think is good and that you know is funny, and they wouldn't put it on, and then. I started watching the show, and what they were putting on was the least common denominator stuff. And so I was like, okay, great. I can write terrible jokes if it gets me a TV credit. So that was my first move. I got on Wendy Williams twice for writing jokes that truthfully, I don't think even are jokes.
Yeah.
They were the most obvious.
It was trending or some.
Yeah, it
fucking-
was. One of them was Nick Cannon is single. Who should he date? And he had just dated Mariah Carey. So I said, Nick Cannon likes the old chicks. He should date Betty White. And they put that shit on. They put that shit on television.
Yeah.
And so when it comes down to it, it's like, to my point about Jeff Dunham. Once the greater audience you want to reach, the worse your art has to get, and that's always been true. You can't make a huge difference in your art if you want to reach everybody.
I was just going to say, that's a great point, Dan. Thank you for saying that.
Not.
Is it not?
I was going to say that nowadays a lot of people, not even just comics, but online, if they're trying to gain any kind of following, what they'll put out. I don't know if you guys have heard of rage bait, but it's basically
Controversy.
right. It's basically things
Take
that
the opposite point.
things that they can post that they will know will gain any kind of engagement, even if it's bad.
Oh, okay. People fighting.
Bad engagement is
Right.
good.
Yeah.
Well, so
Okay.
they'll put out
Okay.
something that's obviously sexist that they don't believe.
I see.
But they know that women, they know that
Right.
10,000 women will comment like, "This guy's a dick."
Yeah.
But nobody's going to read the comments. They're going to see 10,000 comments, right?
But then
And
you're
it's gonna-
building bad reputation.
but it's getting pumped into the algorithm.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the term for it. Rage bait.
Rage
And
bait.
it's called rage bait.
yeah.
But so
Well,
like,
because there's clickbait, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Clickbait is
Right.
Michael Jackson. This happened before he died, and then you click
But
on it, and it's
it's-
like he told his sister he loved her.
it's
He is a sister. They're the same people.
it's building a bad reputation. However, it's gaining any kind of attention, which some comics just need any kind of attention.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a short term.
Blake Connolly.
That's for like maybe now. For like, do you remember any outrages in the past 2 months?
What?
How do you
don't-
mean?
I don't remember
I
things
don't
that, like,
know, maybe
offended me?
something was an outrage online, but then it blows over and you lost.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about the president.
That's a 4-year content.
Right, but it's but just any. It's literally, it doesn't matter. They don't have long term thinking. It's just anything that will get clicks now that gets put into the algorithm, and people will go to my page.
Yeah, what can I do that'll get 500,000
Right.
views?
I don't care if they're pissed off at me. They're on my profile.
Right.
Yeah,
Since
they
you're
love
the youngest, outside of social media, technology-wise, do you use any other new technology to help you with your comedy?
I don't use.
He drives a hybrid. That got him here. He paid $20. He drove from Charlotte. He paid $18 to get here. So that's pretty
seriously,
good.
yeah.
And about $600
pretty
a
good.
It was
electricity.
actually
pretty good, yeah.
incredible. I love my hybrid.
Yeah.
Do you have hybrid, Lance?
Dude,
Or you have
He
to-
literally does. Yeah. You found him in the
I have
parking
the
lot.
hybrid. I have a
found him.
Toyota
Trent
Prius.
found him.
Sorry.
Trent found him.
He's got a Prius.
I'm actually jealous. He has a Prius. I have a Camry.
Not even that.
This is-
The reason why he bought the car was Lance. So I'm actually feeling a little bit.
That I bought the car?
Camry's
That's
badass.
not true. I was always
Lance
so,
told me he talked you into buying a hybrid.
well. So
we talked about it.
He almost talked me into buying a Prius. I wanted whatever was going to get me the most gas mileage.
Yeah, and at the time I had the Tesla, and so I was trying to move you.
This fucking guy. I swear to God.
He got it in South Africa. He imported it from South Africa.
It's always just something that, like, in your head, you see him doing this. You know what I mean? Like, just whatever,
Is he a one-upper?
Throw me the Glenfiddich 14. Let's fucking go.
It's Yeah, no, I got the Camry's awesome. What were we talking about before that?
What do you do technologically?
I actually am terrible technologically.
Shorts. He's weird. He literally writes jokes on paper.
I do, yeah.
He's like a weird. He's like a weird old soul. You kind of have to be a good comedian.
You don't even use a phone or nothing.
I have notes. I have notes in my phone. But here's the thing: is like what we were saying earlier is like so many comics now are trying to cash it. There's so many comics that I'm around that are less than 5 years in, and they're putting out clips online, and they've done that joke maybe 7 times.
Right.
Yeah, that's not right.
And they got the best recording of that 7 times, and that best recording sucks. Mm-hmm. But they're like, well, I got to get content out, and it's like,
right.
It's what the weird thing is that like at my level of comedy, nobody should know who you are. Except for, dudes like Lance and Dan, where they're just like, hey, you're pretty.
I don't even want to.
By default.
Stuck here.
It's just like
you're in the middle of them.
Dudes like Lance and Dan that are so far ahead of me that go, hey, you're pretty good.
Are we?
You're all on the same shitty podcast.
Stop it, Lance.
But just like in terms of social media wise, nobody should have any reason to be. Nobody should really be buying a ticket to see me right now.
That's a good point. I made a mistake in New York, so I had this like entrepreneurial spirit. So I was like, I knew that the opportunities for comedians in New York were pretty shitty. So what I did was I was like, as long as if I have to like get a guy. So one of the opportunities was to like you either bark, so you get random people off the street and they pay to see you. And then you don't get any money off of that, or it's a bringer, and you bring 15 of your own friends. And then I was like, if I got to bring 15 of my own friends, I will just bring those 15 people to my show. Yeah. And so I started spending time going to bars and like meeting owners, and I put together a show. But what happened was, like to Blake's point, I was horrible. I had been on stage 3 times, and I was on stage with Giannis Pappas and Nate Bargatze and Christian Finnegan. And so all of my friends, the first like 3 years in comedy, I got them all to these shows, and they were like, Dan is the worst comedian on earth because I was on stage with the great, Joe DeRosa and Marina Franklin. There's no reason I should have been on stage, but the only reason I was on stage with them was because I made the show. Mm-hmm. And so after year 5, people were like, can we just go to your birthday party at a bar? We don't want to watch you do comedy anymore. Because they had no idea I was going to get better at it. They just assumed that I was forever the worst. And I was, because you're supposed to be, to Blake's point. At 5 years in, no one should see you do comedy. That's a horrible idea.
It takes a long time it's like to get good, it takes a long time.
10,000 hours.
Not 10,000 hours, but like there's certain like I'm sure, like you say, your podcast grew out of your garage or basement.
Yeah.
That's my point exactly. Now you have nice equipment in a nice place. And like you didn't just become this. This is 2 years of like a lot of effort, and this doesn't just. And even someone's got to somehow like. Even if you don't edit, but if you add an intro or even just getting it from the camera to the computer into the thing and uploading it, that takes out. Like people don't but this has gotten better over time. So that's kind of what like you can't really be good. Like you'll see new comics and then be like a year in, and be like, I got a good like 40 minutes. It's like, dude, I barely have a good 40 minutes, and I'm 20 years in because like your bar of what's the internet now is made like Blake's kind of saying it's like I'm not saying there aren't great new comics because there's a ton of them, but back when Dan and I started, to do 30 minutes of good comedy took most people 10 years or 15 years. And we're talking about, like, you go see them at a club in New York or even on the road, and they would be so funny that you'd be bowled over laughing, shit coming out of your face, couldn't catch your breath, because the punchlines were, like, hitting you, like, this quickly. And that takes years to do, just like this podcast doesn't just appear out of nowhere and become as good as it. And you guys are still growing. Right. And what will this be in 2 years from now? Maybe you have 1 million people listening per episode. It's very possible.
That's when you become popular.
Highly unlikely, but very possible.
No, but even saying that, like people say it all the time, like no, but like you'd be so surprised. This is better than any podcast I've been the host of 4 podcasts. Mm-hmm. This is a better setup than anything I've done.
Thank you.
Like,
Well, you guys got to come back to the new place we get. We'll set it better.
It's also from a lot of failure.
That's
So,
the point.
Yeah.
But it takes that to get to here.
But we also don't lie. Like we don't. You know, when you got someone doing it 2 years, I got the best 40 minutes. We don't. Like we know that we have things to improve
the
on.
delusion we were talking about before. You gotta you're like, I could be better. I could be a better host. I could be a whatever. You know.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
No,
These are actually fucking.
Those are great.
Those are nipple pasties.
We got to this point, Lance, through mistakes, failing at certain projects, and it's learning from that stuff. So as a comedian, when you bomb or you don't do well, you kind of learn from that stuff.
You have to.
You hope
It's
so.
the only way to
And
get
it's
good.
almost like you have to kind of fail in order to be better. Because where do you know the threshold is? I told this to my son. My son's like, how do we know how to fly planes? I said, there were a lot of failures.
Yeah. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
A whole lot
I mean,
of people
think about
died.
every invention has failures.
Just like this podcast, you should have seen the original hosts. They're gone. They're long gone.
This
it was
is version
them.
5.
It was them. They were the originals.
I would.
That is funny. I passed one of those like local airports the other day, and my ex was like, "That's where JFK took off from and died." And then my parents know a guy who was like a pilot, like an amateur pilot, and he died from crashing. So that's a perfect example.
and
most
Dan,
of the
Dan knows JFK. Did you guys know that?
He was in South Africa with him.
Yeah, he's
I know,
traveled together.
I know RFK. We did an open mic together. But all those, just so everybody knows, every time you pass one of those little airports, most of those people are going to die flying in the plane. They're going to crash.
Well, the guy who invented
This is
is it a
enlightening.
Segway? The balancing?
Yeah, he died on the Segway?
Dude died on his own invention.
Yeah, I used to have a bit about this. The guys, So like everybody who was like an expert, we were like, everybody who was an expert in a thing, we were like totally on board until they died of the Atkins guy died of a fucking coronary, right? What were my other examples? I had all these great examples. Slap chop guy died because he cut his arm off with a slap. Whatever the examples were, I don't remember.
Great examples, the best examples. They say.
They say.
Frank, you know
But the dog whisperer, that guy gets like mauled by dogs all the time. They're so full of shit.
Steve Irwin, right?
Yeah, that was the other thing. Thank you. Yeah,
That's
Steve
funny.
Irwin was like, I know everything about animals. He got harpooned in the chest by a manta ray. Yeah. We were like, these guys are experts in their field, and then they die doing what they
Frank,
loved.
we can
And we're like,
never-
No one should poke a fucking 180-pound pit bull in the side of the neck and make a sound. That's not the move.
You ever watch that thing with Tyson when he was slapping his fucking lions in the balls?
Oh, is that what he would do?
He did like a fucking interview at his house.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, they love it, Liz.
He's fucking-
Yeah. I'm gonna
he's
eat your
Tyson,
children, all this stuff. But he's like slapping his fucking lions in the balls. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know that tiger's like, if you were Mike Tyson, I'd fuck you up.
Tyson's too fast. Tyson's faster than a tiger.
What were you gonna say?
I said, we can never get good at this podcast, otherwise this podcast will kill us.
Hopefully, yeah.
Maybe it's worth it.
That'll be the best.
No
That'll
more
be the best-
taxes.
That'll be the best thing that happened to you, yeah.
You guys all remember your very first act?
Sex act.
Very first one?
Yeah, I remember one of my first jokes. So I
Well, not one of the very first.
well, so I
You're imagining it.
I moved to New York, and so Syracuse University had like a little. They had a like a book that was like they compiled all the alumni, and in the book was Lisa Lampanelli. And at the time, I had seen Lisa do. She had just done one of the roasts, so the roasts were big at the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember which roast. So I was like, oh, this is like a lady who was on the roast. So I started calling her. There was like a networking book for if you went to Newhouse, you can call old alumni to get a job.
Yeah.
So I called Lisa Lampanelli. I left like 5 voicemails before she called me back. She's like, who the fuck are you? Why are you
He was
calling
just
me?
saying that when you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, so it's like, who? It's like, why are you calling me? And then she was, because she knows she'd been in comedy for 10 years, at that point, and she was like at her like burgeoning point. She was like reaching massive audience. She was so perfect at the time. She was so good, and she was like, who the fuck are you? She's like, and then we're on the phone, and she's like, tell me a joke. And so I told her a joke, and she was like, that joke is horrible, but you got balls. Come meet me at Caroline's on Thursday, and I get to Caroline's on Thursday, whatever time she asked me, and there's a big stack of flyers, and it says, hand these out. I'll meet you at 8. So that's what I did for Lisa Lampanelli, and I watched her do comedy. I watched her do 7 hours of comedy. She had 7 shows, and every hour was different, and it like changed my entire perspective on comedy. 'Cause she was like,
What do you think of
the
Nikki
best.
Glazer?
She's funny.
Nikki's great. We know Nikki. Nikki's our class, and Ari Findling opens for her, and he's fantastic. He was a big part of the writing staff of when they did the Tom Brady roast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's great. She's at a peak now. She's hosting other stuff.
right,
She's
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
What are your thoughts of Joe Coy?
Joe Coy's been doing comedy for like 40 years. We can't even talk about him. He's way ahead of us. Yeah,
I know.
One of the first things I did was I went to his half-hour comedy special, Comedy Central. Like I
You were
was
at that too?
Yeah. Comedy
In Times Square?
Yeah. I was there.
40 years ago.
Look at that.
No, it was legal to drink
Who
then.
was the opener for that? For years. Who was the opener?
Billy Gardell was the other act on that night.
For me, it was
no.
older black dude
Maybe
plays the seller.
The opener, yeah, but
The crowd opener.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But that night it was
So funny you were
Billy
there.
Gardell, I'm about to up your story even. It was Billy Gardell and Joe Coy.
Yeah. And what's Billy Gardell doing now?
He's still doing. He lost a lot of weight.
He's
actually.
great. Yeah.
But afterwards, do you remember?
Wait, this is the one where he did Man in the Mirror?
I don't know what you're talking about. So
Did he have $30,000 of equipment in his car?
He
probably
closed.
after Joe Coy's thing, it was another comedian in New York. He didn't have a lot. He didn't know anyone from New York except my one buddy.
Yeah.
So after that taping, myself, Joe Coy, and my buddy, just the three of us. Joe was like, "What do you guys want to do now?" We went to the Olive Garden right there. Times Square. Me, Joe.
After the special.
After that taping,
No shit.
myself, Joe Coy, and my
I don't
buddy.
understand why you don't understand
buddy-
what the last joke. The last joke was he sang Man in the Mirror.
I can't remember. I was 15 years ago. I can't remember the actual.
I remember it vividly. Yeah.
I don't remember the actual, but literally, that's how this business. Like Joe Coy, nobody knew who he was. This was like one of his first big things. He was an LA comic. I believe he was in LA. Yeah, and that's how he knew my buddy from LA, and my buddy was in New York now. So he literally just called my buddy and was like, "I'm going to this taping."
His wife is Filipino. That's why he's bringing up Joe Coy.
Tell a story without it getting interrupted. I can't do shit around here.
Can we get Blake a napkin?
I warned you.
Can't tell a fucking story.
A pillow and a blanket.
So you guys went.
That's why I'm a joke teller. That's not you fucking can't even get through it. Getting heckled by the fucking.
I just figured out why he's asking about Joe Coy. What a weird thing to say, because his wife's
Why is that
Filipino.
weird? He's a
'Cause your wife's
popular
Filipino.
comedian.
Huge comic.
So all you do is talk about Joe Coy and Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. That's your two favorite things. And the thing where you eat the egg that's got
Third
a.
hour gets racing.
You know, Dan was actually in the Philippines, so he knows all about you
I went
guys.
to the Philippines this comedy to find out if.
He knows all about you Filipino motherfuckers. That's
Or it was a motherfucker Fino.
I have
Beforehand.
a Manny Pacquiao signed boxing glove.
See, I told you, fucking everything. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. I was absolutely
he was
right.
just
yeah.
put into
You
a
guys can
boxing
discredit me
Hall
all
of
day
Fame.
long.
Actually, here. Yeah,
He did what?
he was here recently. He was
Canastota.
yeah.
Sure, yeah. For Boxing Hall of Fame.
yeah.
So shout out 315. Canastota's got the Boxing Hall of Fame. It's grown a lot
Yeah.
in the last couple years.
Well, even
Yeah,
the
Tyson
baseball
come
Hall
out the other year.
of Fame in Cooperstown.
Cooperstown, yeah.
Yeah.
Cooperstown's right here. Yeah, you should
like-
check it out on the way
what's
home.
the
Comedy
You should go.
Museum is near here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's-
he's not kidding. It's no, he's not kidding. No, he's not kidding. It's
Cooperstown's
in,
only like an hour and a half away.
no,
maybe?
where's the Comedy Hall of Fame? The Lucille Ball.
It's west of
Oh,
here.
that's
No, it's
It's a bit of a hike,
Cortland,
It's probably 3
Ithaca,
hours. It might be 2 hours.
Binghamton.
No.
It's right there. Yeah,
It's far.
Johnstown. It's in Johnstown. He's not kidding.
That's right.
We have a show on Friday. Yeah. Yeah, you can go if you want. But I have you on the
before noon.
I have you guys on the radio in Watertown. But Saturday, you can check it out on Saturday.
Oh, what the fuck? Can't have anything here.
Can't miss the Waterstown radio, am I right?
Well, I need you guys to sell some fucking tickets. We need more than 38 tickets.
Now you gotta-
We can't help that you're not a draw.
Yeah.
I love it's our fault somehow. Hey, want to come up for minimal money and then
No, the show's going to be great.
Let's talk to a couple dudes on the radio. That'll bring them in.
We'll do the podcast. It'll come out 6 weeks after we do the.
Every time I do a show with Dan,
no.
it's just like 80-year-old people that I can't relate to, and he's like, "Yeah, open for me."
Yeah,
and I'm
that's,
like,
that's why your jokes don't work. It's because they're old.
yeah, this will really get them in.
This is the gold part. Here, watch
You
this.
see,
How much shit do you fix around the house? Please tell me nothing.
literally nothing.
No, I'm pretty good. Oh, you guys. I mean, you guys have this live. You guys have this live edge table. That's not on me.
Funny, you think Dan has a house?
Ours hasn't come out part yet. It's
Not all of us.
we're like moving our mic back and forth,
Right.
and it's fine. He's
I'm
got his own.
wasted. The thing's called Beers and Banter.
Yeah, but he's
It's not,
stroking
it's
that
Brews
mic a
and
lot
Banter.
more than you guys do.
by Trent and fucking Roger.
It is funny he said Trent. I don't know where that came from.
You said it.
I never said Trent. He said Trent.
He said you told him. It was
Roll it
Trent.
back. No,
What's the longest this
I have
podcast
the
has
text.
gone?
Today.
Is this the longest one?
Today.
No, last night, 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
What are we at now?
This is pretty good.
An hour
My
42.
phone died.
This is a good
Wait, how hot was the girl last night? Did you guys did 2.5 hours?
She's a good looking girl, but
Yeah.
we just,
What
What are they
her,
gonna
what
say?
was her
Oh, we had this
background?
ugly skank in here. What are they gonna say?
What was what's her background?
she is a
He's a
bartender.
Bartender.
Okay, nice. She's a Baldwinsville girl?
Yeah,
What's her name?
Oh boy.
Jenny.
I've seen some attractive ladies around Syracuse. What's the deal here? Do you
Yeah.
know? What's
Blake's
up?
getting horny.
Looks like someone hasn't traveled much.
That's mean.
Not to South Africa.
Have you? Charlize Theron from South
Not to
Africa.
South
She's pretty
Africa.
fucking hot.
Syracuse.
Yeah, she's from South Africa.
Did you guys hear the story? Charlize, do you guys know the Caller
She came
Daddy
to my
podcast?
show, yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Dan,
with the 26-year-old. That she just had sex with.
she hooked up with a 26-year-old.
So like 4 years, you'd be like a tall dog.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That would be sick.
I could do that.
me again?
I could pull
Of
that
course,
off.
she'll be 53, but
Yeah, right. Same thing.
they need love too.
At that point,
Just a couple extra folds.
that's a fascinating tidbit. I feel like Charlize Theron's
Yeah.
hooking up with 20-year-olds.
Yeah, she said it was fantastic.
What does
for
that
her.
have to do? Oh, she was on.
She was on a pod. So there's a podcast called Caller Daddy. Not the plug, another podcast.
Doesn't matter.
But it's basically like women go on there and talk about their sex lives.
So basically, Blake listens to it and he's like, I still got a
No.
chance. I still have a chance.
No.
Yeah, you got a fucking loop.
No. I told you my algorithm is hot women talking about themselves. So
On Call Her Daddy podcast.
right, exactly. So Charlize Theron showed up and she was like, "I'm hooking up with 26-year-olds," and I was like,
Yeah. So,
Lance, you don't have to
so
wear
you're
that.
saying I got a chance?
I like it. I actually like this hat. Yeah.
Now when you take it off, I'm like, oh, that looks weird.
He's on his way to your level.
Actually, this is long. I usually shave it.
It's a Flower Skate Shop. Right.
That's cool.
in Syracuse, yeah.
What's your guys' daily routine? What do you guys do besides this? You guys do anything besides this?
Our
Like-
jobs?
They got job stuff.
You want to like know from the time I get out of
Maybe you were
bed?
in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When do you whack off and when do you make love to your wife?
I'm learning as a human being, so I have to know everybody's
He
morning
has
routine.
no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I have no idea. So what's like,
Really?
when do you wake up? When do you,
I have a game I play. I shit, and I also jerk off, and I try to time the exit of
do you mean?
each at the same.
And so this is all before you
What do you
wake
mean?
up. That's
This is I'm not even awake
No,
when this
what's
happens. I don't get out of bed.
Oh, that's a great Norm Macdonald joke. Yeah.
You know what I do?
He does
It's,
that.
it's like I'm not gonna do the joke, but yeah, like it's Norm Macdonald and it's like these guys in bed and it's about how
Look at Lance is so fucking impatient.
It's like, give me the fucking mic.
I'm getting judged by Lance. I set all the gigs up. The reason when these guys are here and I
ahead.
can't tell one fucking thing
Let
before.
Lance speak. Let
I
Lance
said
speak.
nothing. I'm just sitting here.
I see the eyes.
But I am wondering, when did the tacos get here? I was promised tacos.
It's funny. Dan butchered the joke so hard. He was like, "Yo, Lance is being weird."
Deflection.
Let the camera show.
That's why you brought
You
him.
know the joke? Do you know the joke? You're pretty good at retelling stories. You're good at telling other people's jokes, Blake.
You gotta give me a. All right, that's not cool. You gotta jog my memory.
It's the one about how the guy hasn't gotten out of bed yet. Norm
By the way,
Macdonald.
I would never listen to this portion of the podcast. Literally, it's just
We do have to wrap it up. Yeah.
recounting other people's bits. It's like people telling story. Hey, you guys know Kenya? He had to go in for heart surgery. It's a boring story. Nobody wants to listen.
Fair
to
enough.
It.
Yeah, Lance is on the fact that he tells the best stories.
I don't tell stories.
He tells
I will-
jokes.
I will say this. I have to host Bridge Street in the morning because I'm super famous, and so we do have to wrap it up. So
Is there
Blake-
food around here?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
go to the Bevo Diner. Blake.Connolly at Blake.Connolly
Please,
on Instagram.
please. I need it so bad.
I need a microphone.
I need it so badly. Please.
At Party with Lance. You want to
Get
keep this?
my own.
Oh,
Do your own Lance.
Party with Lance.
if you want to keep the party going.
Yeah, dude. Party
Funniest intro.
with Lance everywhere. Just Google it and put it in all the things.
Party with Lance.
Party with Lance. Yes. That was good.
at Dan Frigolette. Hashtag Brews Banter.
Thank you.
Good enough.
Blake, try this routine.
Yeah.
Get on the scale,
Okay.
then take a shit, then get back on the scale. Best diet. Best diet.
Really?
Guarantee you lose weight.
You take a shit immediately. You should take a shit on command.
No, every morning I take a shit.
You take a shit while you're on the scale.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you were saying you shit and come at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fucking great party trick. You should see it.
That is one of those things that creates a complex, though. You know?
For who? I'm fine with it.
He can't control both ejaculations.
Yeah. Well, so have you ever been in a situation where you have diarrhea and you're also trying to finish sex?
Yes.
Yeah. You have to hold one in and let one out.
That's
You
impossible.
you hold it?
Yeah. Have you diarrhea?
You ever hear somebody ask a question that's so specific you're worried about their personal life?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm like,
That just happened.
yeah,
right
because he's secretly saying I'm not the only one.
No.
A lot of people don't know when to end podcasts. I'd say around a while ago. Once you reach this point,
we got to
you're
just get
far
up. We have
past
to
the
get
end.
up and leave, I guess.
Let's do that.
Lance needs tacos.
Dan plugging his social media was halftime for him. It was like, I still got 40 minutes in the chamber.
The chamber.
Let's do that. Can you guys say your next appearances again, and then
We just did that.
What the fuck with that microphone?
just hold on.
So yes, I definitely fucked up your table. Yeah. So what did I say? September 12th
September
at
12th.
Mohegan Manor. Come see me.
It's
Lance.
all on partywithlance.com.
Are you guys gonna be there also?
I'm hopefully not. I'm
We're all together.
Whatever it is, I'm hoping no.
I'm trying to get Blake to open, but yeah, no.
Blake, and where's your appearance? Also September 12th.
Whatever's happening here, and then maybe September 12th, and then I have some stuff in Charlotte.
Well, here
and,
already happened.
I have something in Augusta, Georgia on the 19th.
What'd you do? Take my gig? What
That's
do you
big.
got? What gig is that?
No idea. I just know I'm in Augusta, Georgia.
He's headlining and you're opening for him.
Gig? You took my gig?
Take my
I'm
gig.
headlining. I'm doing 14 minutes. Big time.
The best 14 minutes of your life.
Dan, Lance, Blake, I just want to say thank you for coming out.
Just leave it. We'll take care, buddy.
It's first time
Brews Banter, baby.
first time having comedians on our podcast, and
Last time.
I hope
And the last time.
No, I hope you guys come back, especially for the September 12th thing.
September 12th. I'll come
not
back.
only you guys, but we would love to also have other
Fuck these
comedians.
two. I'll come back.
I'm coming back September 11th for different reasons.
And you're bringing your own tacos.
But just want to say thank you, taking time off. You guys made long drives out here too. I know you got your gigs going on, but after a drive to come out here and do the podcast for fucking almost 2 hours, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very
and
much.
It was really cool stories. A lot of I feel like we just met, but we could hang out all day. So appreciate
Lance
it.
don't want fucking nothing to do with it.
More hours.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye everybody.